But Alf rang me late last night, and apparently things are moving more quickly than we thought, and the builders could be in there tomorrow. So we've got to find Ian a temporary accommodation like now.
Well, in that case, you better have my key, haven't you?
Oh, good.
Here we are.
Thanks, Elsie. You know, I haven't told her yet.
Well, knowing her, she'll probably turn me down.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway, it's up to her, isn't it?
Yeah.
See you, kid.
Bye.
I'll pop round for it at dinner time, all right?
Yes, fine.
See you later, then.
Oh, by the way, Ivy.
Huh?
I was at a meeting last night, down at Town Hall, you know.
Oh, keeps you off at streets, I suppose.
Yeah, we've had a letter. Well, the mayor has, like. It's from that place you lot visited, you know, Charleville.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just saying what a nice time you'd all had, you know.
Oh, we did. We had a smashing time.
Yeah, it seems they had a small complaint to make, though.
Complaint?
Yes, about the behaviour of some of the members of the party. The unfortunate behaviour, the letter said. The unfortunate behaviour of the mesdames. That's French for ladies, you know.
Yes, I do know, Alfie.
Yeah. Do you know what about it?
No, I don't. I don't know any reason why anybody should complain. I'm by the mesdames or monsieurs. Sorry.
The mayor's very upset about it, you know. I mean, that being our twin town, you know, Charleville.
Yeah. Hey, what a night I had last night, kid.
I mean, drunk again, did he?
Did he, heck? He never went out.
Oh, put the flag up.
Hey, we're ill.
Must have been to make him stop it.
He only thought he were having a blooming heart attack.
Heart attack? Where it?
What a heck. He'd had 2 steak puddings for his tea now, the way heavy on his stomach, kid. But you should have heard him. I'm dying, he said, you know, clutching his heart. Hey, I give him brandy, bicarb, indigestion tablets, liver salts. When he moved, he either rattled or he frothed it, man. And you know what he did then? Grabbed my arm, he said, I'm tired being a good husband to you, Cop. Now I'm tired being a good husband to you.
What did you say to that?
Well, I thought, you know, if he is dying, there's no harm in telling a lie, is there?
Oh, he recovered, I presume.
Oh, aye. And I put him straight about being a good husband. I said, now listen, Cock, the only time you've been a good husband to me is when you're on nights for 6 months and I didn't see much of you then, did I, Cock? I were right, you know. You are? I said we hadn't take last of this. Last of what? What are you on about? Your antics in France. That's what I'm going on about. They've had a complaint. Oh, who has? Charleville's complained. They've complained at Mayor here. They have. I'm telling you, Vera. Well, like the way you say my antics. I wasn't the only one involved, you know, by a long chalk. Will you keep your voice down?
Come on, Mum.
Hiya.
Hello.
Morning, Hilda, love. Have you found any big dog ends this morning? Still, your Stan's not fussy about size, is he? So long as it's a smoke.
Oh, I'll soon wipe that smile off your face, lady.
Well, what's up?
Her ladyship. She's got this bug what's going about, she says, so she's stopping in bed. Now, that means one of you two's going to have to play Florence Nightingale, doesn't it? Because she won't let me near her.
Betty?
Oh, why does it always have to be me?
Because you look right in a sick room, love. Kind, homely, lovely disposition. Besides, you cheer folk up.
What do you look right in?
A circus.
I heard that, Hilda. And anyway, you've not got much choice, have you? Because it's you she'll be asking
Elizabeth? Is that you, Elizabeth? Could you come up, dear? I'm not feeling very well.
Could you turn your back on that? I mean, could you? Is it in your nature, Elizabeth?
I'll tell you something. I'm not going to be running up and down those stairs all day long. That's not what I'm paid for, you know. I mean, if she wants looking after, she must get that daughter of hers to come here.
Where has all the compassion gone, Hilda, for a fellow creature in distress?
Oh, I'll tell you where my compassion for my fellow creatures went. Drained out of me by a lifetime of being used and abused by 'em and not being able to do out about it. Well, not much, any road.
Ah, but you have had your moments, haven't you, Hilda?
Can't think of many.
Well, what about this rave-up you had in France?
Rave up? What rave up?
It's all over the town hall. According to Alf, they've not seen out like it in Charleville since the Gordon Islanders got drunk there one night during the First World War. I'd close your mouth if I were you, Hilda, especially if you go out into the street. There's a double-decker bus out there.
So that's the situation, Mr. Sharples. I mean, either you move out or you have to put up with all the noise and the mess.
Yeah, not to mention having no central heating.
Yes, or having your water or perhaps even your electricity cut off for fairly long spells.
At least you could have given me more notice.
Well, actually, I have been looking for you all morning, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, no, but I wanted about a week so that I could fix something up for myself.
Well, nay, the Direct Works Department only sprung it on us yesterday.
Well, it's not like them to move so quick. from what I read in papers.
Yes, well, Elsie Tanner's offer would seem to be the solution, though, wouldn't it, Mr.
That's something
Sharple?
else you're plotting behind my back. Have you anything else to tell me that I should know about?
No, Alf?
No, it'll only be for a few weeks, you know.
At my time of life, a few weeks is very important, Alf Roberts. Not to be spent putting up with things because fellas like you can't do their jobs proper.
But he's got nothing to do with me, Mrs. Sharples. I'm not even on the relevant committee.
You're on council, aren't you? And that's the same firm.
Yes, but I mean, you'll be all right with Elsie, though, won't you, Mrs. Sharple?
How do you know I will? What have Elsie Tanner and me got in common? Can you see us playing bell horses together?
Yeah, well, Elsie gave me her key if you'd like to, move in this afternoon.
A difficult woman, isn't she?
You could say that, yeah. How do you play bell horses?
No. You must have played it when you were a lad. Look, you cross your arms behind your back, grab your mate's hand, and then you gallop around right into the horses, you know, nodding your head all the time.
The mind boggles.
I've been thinking.
Well, that makes a change.
They can't do old, can they?
Can who do old?
You know, them in Charleville.
Well, hardly, Vera, seeing as we're over here and they're over there. I mean, they're not likely to invade on account of us, are they?
Yeah, but they can't get police onto us over here, can they?
Please? We went to police matter, worried.
No, of course it weren't.
Cheers, Stan.
Cheers. You know, I think I missed out not working in the industry. Not being on my own, like, you know. I mean, no perks, no days off.
Oh, come on, Stan, you don't do so bad, be honest.
Have you got a personnel place in your place?
Yeah, of course we have.
Where you can go if you've got problems?
Oh, yes, they're very good, you know.
Well, I haven't. I've only got myself. It gets very lonely sometimes, you know.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Stan, you can always come to me any time.
I mean, I've got my pension, that won't be much. I've no insurance. I've got a death policy.
Oh, dear. Hey, Stan, would you like me to have a quick word with Oxfam for you?
I missed out not working in industry, I did, honest. You've got it feather bed. You've got it really feather bedded.
Come on, let's sit down.
No, but you have.
Hello.
Thanks, love. Not a bad day, is it, for the time of the year?
You mean if you wear a woolly vest and don't stop out in it for longer than 5 minutes at a time, you might just survive, yeah?
Something like that, yeah.
It's that bit of place I fetch fellas in the fridge. That's if she feels strong enough to eat it.
Well, we'll liquidise it and give her a straw.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, hey, I'd be very glad if you didn't mention anything about this Charleville business to Stan.
What exactly went on there, Hilda?
Nothing went on. Well, if it did, we wasn't involved, none of us from over there.
An orgy of some kind, were it? I mean, you weren't roaming the street in a gang, trapping young Frenchmen?
Were we, heck? Just what's Alf Roberts been saying?
It's not, Alf. It's all official. It's in this letter, I tell you.
Yeah, well, we weren't involved, and I don't want it suggesting that we were. Especially to Stan, because he gets very jealous.
Stan? Jealous? I've heard he's tried to put you up for sale more than once.
He loves me, does that man? Oh, I know it may seem hard to believe sometimes. Well, most of the time, but it's true.
Could I have a word with you, please, love?
Yeah, sure. Nothing wrong with the beer, is there?
Oh, no, it's a very good pint, as a matter of fact. And I'm something of a connoisseur.
The way you pull 'em's got a lot to do with it.
I'm sure it has in your case.
Flatterer.
My name's Les Carter.
Les Carter. Sounds familiar. Should I know you?
Well, you would if you read the Gazette. Still, somebody who looks like you won't have all that much time for reading, will you, eh?
Now you're overdoing it, Les Carter. Oh, yeah, you're a reporter with the Gazette, aren't you? I've seen your name. You've never come to interview me, have you? Confessions of a barmaid. Sell more papers than a crossword puzzle does.
Yeah, no doubt about it, it would, no. No, it's something and nothing, really. You know that firm across the road?
Baldwin's?
Yeah. Now, some of their workers went on a trip to Charleville, didn't they? The twin town in France.
I believe they did, yeah.
Do any of them come in here?
One or two, yeah.
Have they said anything since they've been back, you know, about the trip?
Phew, they've been full of it, Chuck. Well, naturally. I mean, it's not every day of the week somebody round here pops off to France. In fact, they don't pop off anywhere, except cemetery.
Well, look, have they mentioned any particular incident?
Such as?
Well, we've heard a whisper. Something went on whilst they've been over there. Something a bit savoury, you know. It's probably not true, but it's a quiet day. Not a auto crash or hooded rapist in sight. So we thought we'd better check it out. Or my news editor did. I'd have been happy sitting at my desk staring at the Rue calendar on the wall. Miss February's ravishing this year.
Something savoury, eh?
Well, unsavoury if you like.
I'm sorry, Chuck. No, I can't help you. I've not heard anything of that nature, and, well, anyway.
Yeah?
Well, I doubt if any of them girls would be involved in anything savoury or unsavoury, for that matter. They're not like that. They're all happily married. You can ask their husbands if you like. There's a couple of them over there.
Happily married they may be, love. But isn't it the Bible that says never give a wicked woman the liberty to gad abroad?
Hello, love.
Hello,
Can I get you one?
No, thanks, love.
I go further. I wouldn't even give a good woman the liberty to gad abroad.
That right?
Might see you later then, love, eh?
You never know your luck.
Hey, Bet, who was that fella? Because he seemed to be watching us a bit. Didn't you think that, Stan?
I wasn't paying attention.
He were watching you, as a matter of fact.
Eh? Why?
Part of his job, watching folk.
His job?
He's a reporter, you see. He reckons he's sniffing out some kind of scandal.
Round here?
In this street, actually, Stan.
Eh, well, did he say where it were, like this scandal?
Not exactly. You know what they're like, these reporters? They like to keep the stories very close to the chest. Until they print them in letters 9 feet high.
What paper's he with?
I think he said the News of the World.
The news of the world? Hey, it must be juicy. Yeah.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm looking for Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, he's in the office, love, in there.
Oh, right. Thanks.
Hey, who do you think he is? How do I know? Mind you, ain't Rovers this dinner time. Well, he have been in here before, at least I have seen him. So he's not been in here before, Vera, so what? He looks like he could be from town, or, you know, he's got that look about him. Vera? Well, it's not like you, is it? What? Well, to be this jumpy about something he knows. I've told you, if your keeper's mouth shuts, get no worry. Hey, I'm not worried. Not much.
Ivy, Vera, come in here a minute, will you?
Do you mean us?
Well, anyone else here called Ivy and Vera?
Hey, what you two been doing?
Now then, this is Mr. Carter. He's from the Gazette. He thinks you might be able to help him with a little story he's writing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's not much of a story, really. It's more a bit of a laugh, but I'd be very grateful if you could help me.
Well, what is this story?
Well, you went on this trip to France, didn't you?
Yeah, wasn't a lot more.
Oh, yeah, I realise that. There were 35 of you altogether, weren't there, from various firms in the town?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, to get to the point,
Wish you would.
it seems there's been a complaint made by Charleville to the mayor here about some incident that occurred. Some incident that upset the French.
Oh, we don't know anything about any complaint, do we, Mr. Baldwin?
First I've heard of it, Ivy.
Well, but can you think of anything that might have upset them? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything very big. You know what the French are.
Oh, no, I can't think of anything. Can you, Vera?
No, I can't.
Well, maybe somebody got a bit tiddly with that and nicked the mayor's trousers. You know what you lasses can get up to sometimes.
They've got up to it here more than once, haven't you?
No, I'm sorry. We know nothing.
No.
Listen, we were as sober as judges, us, from setting off to coming back. We don't like all that wine. It don't agree with us, does it, Ivy? No. So if you don't mind, we'd like to get back to his work. I'm sorry we couldn't help you.
Yeah, we're very sorry.
Yeah, well, looks like you're on a wild goose chase, mate.
Oh, I don't know. I think they know more than they're admitting. A lot more. No, I'll just have to plug away at the other 33. Good for the expenses and it passes the day. There were 3 more came from here, weren't there?
Yeah, 2 from packing and Mrs. Ogden. She's the cleaner. Have a word with her. She's always good for a laugh.
And that's another lie put around by folk who don't like me. When it comes to gossiping in this street, I'm right at the back of the queue. So just think on. Any more of it, and I go straight to my solicitor.
Bye-bye, Elder Lord.
Hey, you haven't half got me in trouble. I told you about this Charleville business in strict confidence.
Now, come off it, Alf. How many others have you told? You've got a bigger mouth than Hildrogd in you. Anyway, there's naught better you like than a bit of scandal. Them little eyes light up and I can see that dimple in your chin.
Rubbish.
Anyway, Gazette's got hold of it now.
They'd never.
You didn't tip 'em off, did you?
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't put it past you. Afternoon, Mrs. Sharples.
Good afternoon. What's your ham like?
It's very nice, love. Quite lean.
Oh, right. Well, I'll take a slice. Right. Cut thick. If there's anything worse than lean ham, it's a lean chop.
You treating yourself, Mrs. Sharples?
No, I'm treating Elsie Tanner. Her cupboard shelves are that bare, I'll swear she lives on fags and coffee.
Have you moved in with her then, have you?
Under protest.
I think you'll be very happy together, Mrs. Sharples, you and Elsie.
Well, there's one thing. At least she did offer me a roof over my head, and that's more than anybody else did.
How's that, Mrs. Sharples?
Oh, that's very nice. I'll take it. How much?
55p.
Do you think of numbers these days?
We have to make a living, love.
Well, my husband used to say he couldn't understand why people had to make a profit out of food, and neither can I. There'd be fewer famines if food were free, and that's a fact. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Do you know, I think she sits at home thinking what waspish little sayings to bash me over the head with.
I wonder.
What?
Well, if she did settle in at Elsie's, she'd make a nice little pal for Elsie, wouldn't she? They could swap crochet patterns and make each other cocoa at bedtime.
Oh, do you know, you're evil, you are.
Stops you getting morbid, Al.
Safely delivered. She couldn't wait to get into the party. She was actually trembling with excitement.
Ah, she's a right little party goer, is our Tracy. What's known as a real little raver.
Used to be my worst part of the day, this.
Oh?
Tea time. It's when the day sort of collapses on you. You've finished your work, nothing to look forward to, nobody to look forward to. A very twitchy time.
Should have got the gin bottle out. That's what the toffs do. Only they call it cocktails.
It's not my style, I'm afraid. I've come to terms with Ernest not being with me now, or at any given moment. What I still can't reconcile myself to is that I shan't be seeing him tonight, or tomorrow, or sometime in the future. That's the unbearable thing. I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Don't be alone for too long, Deirdre. It's a waste.
Don't worry. I don't intend to be.
Good.
Hey, oh, she's here. I'm glad I've caught you. I wanted a word with you two.
Snap.
Have you heard then?
Have you? Now, let's not go round houses. You've heard about this letter that Mayor's got.
Yeah, I have.
Well, has that reporter been to see you?
What reporter?
Hey, well, there's been one round here from Gazette snooping.
Oh, well, I've been out all afternoon, you see. I had to take Stan's shoes to the menders and then go and get the post loader for his
all
pools.
right, Hilda. We don't want a running commentary. Look, what we want to tell you is, if we all keep mum, deny everything, then nobody will know anything, will they? Yeah. Not definite. There'll be no publicity, no nothing. That's what we want, isn't it?
Agreed.
Hey, all for one and one for all, kid. Ain't like Three Musketeers. Come on, put your hands on top of mine. Oh, come on. I feel daft, Vera. You'll feel a lot daft if you get your name in paper, won't you? You've been here a bit, haven't you?
Since dinner time.
Yeah, I can see.
You've not had your tea yet, have you?
Oh, no, I can't face food in that cafe. With it sitting there looking at me all day long.
I'm an egg, suit you.
Oh, sounds fine. Not very good for my figure, though.
Does it matter at your age?
It matters at any age, Mrs. Sharples.
Right. Well, come on and get it stuck inside you while it's still hot.
Oh, lovely. After you, madame. Tar? Hey. That looks lovely. Did you bring it with you?
I've been shopping. It's better than starving.
How much do I owe?
Nothing. By the way, thanks very much.
What for?
Putting me up.
Oh, come on. I got bags of room. You can go in the back room. How's that, okay?
Well, it won't be for very long.
What do you mean? You can stop here for as long as you like, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's see what you're saying in another day or two.
I wonder if a drop of brandy might help Elizabeth to ease this raw feeling on my chest. Do you know, this morning she thought thin gruel might do it. This afternoon it were a boiled onion.
I think you've been marvellous with it, Betty. Have you ever thought of being a nurse? Because I think you've got the vocation.
No, I haven't, and I'm not one now.
Well, I know who I'll send for if ever I have to take to my bed.
You can send for me. But I think the undertakers will be there before me.
Uh-huh. Good evening.
How are you? Could I have half a bitter, please, and...
I'll have a lager, love.
A lager? I'd heard you developed a taste for vino.
Well, you heard wrong. I don't much like wine.
Must have been somebody else.
Yes, it must have.
Hello, hello. Have you been coming in here on your own, my sweet, for a secret tipple, have you?
Have I eckers like? Look, Bert, I'll get these. You go and sit down, love.
Why, heck, things are looking up, aren't they?
Bert?
Yes, love?
No more cracks like that. I know what you're talking about.
I've not got the foggiest idea what you're on about, Ivy, love.
Oh, and I'm a cobbler's last. That's right, isn't it?
To the last P.
Think on it. Oh, hello, Elsie. How's your new job going on?
Oh, it could be a lot worse.
Do you know, I didn't expect to see you two in here tonight. I thought they'll be having a nice, quiet night in front of telly. Either that or a good knit.
A gin and tonic and a milk stout, please.
Aren't you going through to Snug?
No, I am not going through to the Snug.
Just asking.
There's more room in there, you know.
We are not going in the Snug, Mrs. Sharples. We had this out before we came out.
You could sit on Martha's chair.
Mrs.
Hey, do you know him?
Why?
Well, he's from the News of the World. He's a reporter.
He's not. He's from Gazette.
Ah, how do you know that, then?
I just do, Bert. What's up with you?
Hi. Sorry. Right out of bones.
Pardon?
Well, you're a newshound, aren't you?
Yeah, well, not much of a one.
No luck.
No. I've just had a very interesting interview with a Mrs. Ogden. She wouldn't even let me get past the door. And every time I tried to explain who I was, she kept shouting through the letterbox, I don't want any brushheads today, thank you.
Ah, well, she's got this thing about brushheads, has Hilda, on account of the fact that her husband looks like one. Have you given up, then?
This end.
This end?
Yeah, well, I'll ring Charleville tomorrow morning, see if they can come up with anything.
You don't give up, do you?
Oh, I would. But he's my news editor, he wouldn't.
Be with you in a minute.
Hey, that reporter keeps looking at us.
What's the eckers like? You're imagining things, Bert.
Come on, Elsie, Tanner. Let's be having you before this toast goes cold.
Mrs. Sharples, I know it's 8 o'clock. I don't have to be out till gone 1:30.
Well, you can sit down and have your breakfast and enjoy a good cup of tea. I would read you the paper if you like. Better than going out, dashing out at the very last minute. It's very bad for the varicose veins,
I
you
haven't
know.
got varicose veins. I never read the paper in the morning, not till night time, so you can have it.
I read it an hour since.
Do you always get up in the middle of the night?
Well, I suppose it stems back to the fact that I used to have to get up for 6:30 for the mill. And then later on I used to get up and get with Alfred, get him off, but I liked him to have a warm breakfast inside him when he got out to work. And then, of course, lately, I've given myself the luxury of an extra hour in bed in the winter mornings.
Luxury? A wardrobe full of Italian shoes, that's luxury, not staying in bed till 7 o'clock.
For anybody who's starved, a bad orange is luxury, Elsie Tanner.
Will you tell me something, Mrs. Sharples?
I'll try.
The old days, the bad old days, why do you keep harping back to them? Because they've gone now.
Well, bad old days they might have been. There's no might about it. They were. Do you know, when the people next door cleaned their house out, they used to swill it out with a hose pipe. But there were the days when I was young, though life was hard. It was very sweet. And that's why we old people live in the past.
I hope I don't.
If you do, your memories will be a bit racier than mine.
I've only got your word for that, Mrs. Sharples. Oh, that kludge is a disgrace. It wants repainting. Do you know, there's graphite on them walls that would make a copper blush, and that's only the ladies.
Don't tell me, love, tell the boss.
I keep telling her, but she won't go in to see. Talk about hiding your head in the sand.
In there's reality, Hilda. Out here, if she keeps one eye closed, she can more or less kid herself. It's half civilised.
Yeah, well, she's going in there when she comes back from there, Jonas. I mean, I'm just as pure in mind and body as what she is, and if I have to see it, so can she.
Hey, that's funny.
It's just something somebody must have wrote in there last night.
Yes, well, I don't want to know.
No, it's clean. What do you give an undernourished gnome?
I don't know, what do you?
Elf raisin flour.
Sniffing and giggling then, like you've both been reading a dirty book behind the cloakroom or something. Have you been at gin bottle or what?
No, Hilda's been telling a joke. Hey, something even funnier. Joni's gone down with mumps. So Mrs. Walker's had to dash over there, carrying with her a box full of paper hankies, an inhaler and a handbag full of vitamins.
Serves her right. You know, I knew today were going to be something special when I woke up and my eyes weren't watering.
Oh, it'll be just the same as any other day for me.
Oh, I don't know, Hilda.
What?
Wait and see. I mean, I could be wrong, so I don't want to upset you for nothing.
Hey, what's she mean by that?
Search me. Unless...
What?
Well, that reporter was in here again last night, you know. I mean, it might be something to do with him.
God, blimey.
Is it something we've done, or are you in pain?
No, surprised.
What?
Got to see you sitting here working. I thought I'd come in and find you doing the can-can, you know. Keeping yourself in practice for your next visit to France.
Can? Oh, we're doing can. No, dear White. Sammy's lost his marbles. Magic's been on cards for ages, you know. It must be worry, you know, wondering what to do with all that brass we make for him.
Well, I've had enough of this, Ivy Tilsley.
Eh? There was something going off all day yesterday and he kept me in dark. Well, I can't work with folks who can't straight with me. We'll find somebody else to work with then. I've heard they're setting on at Hardesters.
Oh, you tell her. Else I will. Look, there's a rumour going around about some jiggery pokey on that French strip. Somebody got themselves in lumber and made a fool of themselves.
Did they?
No, they did not. It's at least said soon it's mended. It'll all be forgotten by this time next week if we don't talk about it.
Oh, well, you know what they say. What? There's no smoke without fire.
Not in this case either, because there was no fire in the first place. Got it?
If you say so. I'm just glad I had more sense of gallivanting off to France. I can look my husband straight in the eye. Oh, shut your gob, you.
A middle-sized chair and a little chair which belonged to Baby there. Then there she is. Who's that? Who is it?
It's Skylar.
That's right. She sat down in the big chair and it was too hard.
She's very bright, you know, Deirdre.
Yeah, she takes after her dad.
More likely a mum.
Oh, I don't know. Her mother's track record is not so clever.
Victim of life's buffetings, like so many others.
Can you go to doctors for it?
Oh, yes, and the prescription is a tranquilizer.
Do they actually work, them things?
Oh, enough people take them.
Yeah, but say it was 100 years ago and you felt depressed then. I mean, what did you do? There were no tranquilizers.
I think actually you were either tired or hungry or having children, not depressed. But if you were, I suppose you just went into a decline. Lots of people seem to die from declines. Once upon a time, it was quite common.
Oh, thank God for tranquilizers then.
I prefer a good sharp walk myself. Which, if you don't mind me saying so, I think you ought to take to the shops. You haven't been out for 2 days.
Will you go? I promise I'll go as many times as you like tomorrow. Now, I'll even go to the supermarket and stagger back with my arms 2 inches longer.
I know I'm doing it again, and I know I said I wouldn't interfere, but I am a woman. You're avoiding Ken, aren't you?
Actually, it's the other way round. He's avoided me.
Well, what evidence have you of that?
Well, the other day, I as good as suggested that I was open to offers. Well, an offer of marriage. And there's not been a smell of him since. I mean, what more evidence do you want?
Well, he's probably been busy, working hard, or ill, perhaps. Now, put your coat on and off with you. Take the bull by the horns, or in this case, Ken by the ears.
He's got fairly big ears, as a matter of fact.
All the better to grab him with.
I'll take a couple of barn cakes as well.
Well, how are you settling in, Mrs. Sharples?
I'm not a horse, Ken Bell. I'm not changing one stable for another.
Well, I was just wondering if...
Look, how long is it going to be before they finish across there and I can move back?
Oh, couple of months.
A couple of months. I see. Well, Good morning. By the way, you could put the bread and the balm cakes on the slate, will you? And we'll settle up at the weekend. That's if you're lucky.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, when you mentioned her going to live with Elsie, I never thought about her shopping for two. She seems to be in and out all day long.
Well, sharpen your wits, Al.
You're shortening my life. What can I do for you?
Just a jar of coffee, please. Have you seen Len or heard anything?
Len? No, I've not seen him. Not heard of, neither.
But what's the trouble there? I didn't see any storm clouds gathering.
Well, you know Len. He wants a wife, but he wants to stay single. And Rita can't stop him.
How do you know, Alf? I mean, how do you know if it's really going to work?
I knew.
Well, what told you? Little voices in your head, visions. I mean, did you imagine Renee running barefoot through the grass, nursing your child, or what?
No, I just liked her.
Oh, really? Bye.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've been meaning to drop in, but things keep cropping up, you know.
Yeah, well, they do, don't
Yeah. Well, I'll see you soon, anyway.
they? Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, love.
Oh, sorry, Alf. It's just the order. It'll do Friday.
Oh, Friday it shall be.
Okay, thanks. Ta.
It's long best weather, isn't it? Hello, Les. Sorry, I can't help you.
Well, I haven't even asked you yet.
No, but you come about that letter the Mer had from Charleville, didn't you, about the ladies?
Oh, was it you what tipped us off then, eh?
No, it was not.
Look, I'll be honest with you, Alf, I do need your help.
Yeah, well, ask the Mer. It's his pigeon.
Well, I've tried. But that horse box of a secretary of his has wedged herself in his parlour door. A draft couldn't get past her.
It's your problem.
Alf?
Yeah?
Now, come on, I've been a good friend to you in the past, haven't I?
Have you? How?
Yeah? Well, I've not printed things you've not wanted me to print. Printed them you have. Like how you gave that little old lady a council flat last week, and she said you were a knight in shining armour. And what she actually said was, what's in it for that fat sod?
Yeah, all right. What can I do for you, then?
Well, look, I've been on the blower this morning to the local rag in Charleville. Now, there's a woman reporter there speaks fair English, but with an accent like Simon Signore, you know what I mean? I mean, when she said it was raining over there, it sounded like a proposition.
Yeah, I wish you'd get on with it.
Well, according to her, what happened in Charleville was this. Now, the English party were being given an official reception at some posh hotel. You know, lots of speeches, very boring, but lots of booze. Now, one or two of them, there's another party going on next door. All male, ex-paras, celebrating some battle or something. So one or two of the lasses slip off with the lads. Well, the next thing anybody hears, they're all doing a knees up in the street. And when the mayor sends a gendarme down there to sort them out, somebody starts playing footy with his hat.
Get away.
Well, that's not all. Next morning, they found a pair of knickers flying from the town hall.
Oh,
Blackened.
never.
Yeah, well, that's what Simon Signore said, anyway.
Well, you've got your story then, haven't you? What do you want from me?
Well, we've had a picture wired. This one. Now, it's not very good. And it's taken in the dark by an amateur, to guess. But you can just make out 3 women dancing with 3 men. Now, can you identify any of the women?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't.
Alf?
Look, Les, I make my money from folk living round here, you know.
Well, am I warm round here?
Well, you just might be.
Oh, thank God for that. Do you know how we're going cross-eyed? I'm sure I need glasses, kid. Do you know, I looked at Jack this morning, and I thought it was Robert Redford. Hey, I mean, usually looks like Jaws first thing on a morning. Hey, are you going home for dinner, kid?
No, love, I told her I better see Mick Rovers.
Can I come?
Yeah, of course you can. Well, can I?
Oh, come on.
I've been thinking what we were talking about, my future, you know, me being self-employed.
Well, you've always got your old age pension, Stan, you know what I mean? Hey, and you can always keep your Hilda working, you know?
Any jobs going at your place? I don't mean on the shop floor. I mean something cushy, like the stores or security, you know.
Well, I don't know about that, Stan. I mean, you'd have to work an 8-hour day. How long is it since you've done that?
He's never done it. He comes in here looking white and shaking if he's been at it for an hour.
That's because it's dangerous and hard.
Not the way you do it, it's not.
How do you know?
Oh, give over. Yes, what's your poison, love? Ask me husband if he's paying.
No, I'm not, because Stan and me are having a game of darts. Come on, Stan.
Oh, it's 5 bottles and 5 steak kidney pies.
Right.
Hey, I'll have to go and sit down, because I don't feel a bit well. Do you know, I can always tell when I'm sitting in for summer. My head feels right, everything, innit?
Well, you've always had a big head and a skinny neck.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, you can all go and sit down. I'll get these in. Hey, but I'm not paying for the pies.
Everything all right, love?
Yeah, why shouldn't it be?
Well, you never know, do you? I had this mate once. Went out to buy a new hat and got run over by a rat catcher riding a town.
Ha.
It's true as I'm standing here. Nothing fresh about Charleville.
No, there isn't.
Just ask him.
There you are, lovey. I'll bring your pies over. They add up.
Sorry to disappoint you, Bet.
Oh, I'm not disappointed either, love. The day's young.
Hey, don't look now, but trouble's just walked in.
What's he sniffing round here again for?
Do you know them reporters are like vultures, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thanks, love. What else do they call you besides Precious?
Sexy, beautiful.
Yeah, it was a silly question, wasn't it?
It was. Well,
Read tonight's paper.
you found out what went on.
Front page.
Is it fairly juicy?
It's not bad. I just need some quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, can you identify any of these women for me here?
Well, it's a bit difficult. I mean, you can't see their faces. Betty?
Yes, lovely.
Do you recognise any of these women here?
Oh, no. No, sorry.
Oh, well, not to worry. I'll have a word with them and I'll recharge me batteries.
Best of luck, love. Betty? What do you think?
I'm not sure, but...
The one wearing the policeman's hat could just be Ivy?
Yeah, but it's not clear to be definite, is it?
I said it was going to be an interesting day, didn't I?
Hi, fellas. Lance wants to be Betty, and whatever the lads want.
That's very kind of you.
No, not for me, thanks, Mike. I'm already getting dark looks from Ivy. I'm supposed to be putting a cupboard up in the kitchen.
I wouldn't go yet if I were you, Bertram.
Why, love?
Well, I think your Ivy's going to need you here more than in the kitchen.
Hey, I didn't see him come in.
Another drink?
He's the news of the world, isn't he?
He is from the Gazette, Stanley.
But she said...
Ah, she's pulling your leg.
Sorry to bother you, especially when you're eating, but I've got an edition to catch.
What do you want? We've told you we know now.
And we don't.
Well, somebody does. Somebody definitely does.
Well, it's not us.
Well, this is the situation, according to my contact in Charleville. The unfortunate behaviour referred in the letter to the mayor was, to put it briefly, a rave-up with some local fellas. Dancing in the street, all that. And a jape with a local copper. Well, with his hat, anyway.
There was no rave-up, I'm telling you, and I'm sick of you coming here asking questions.
I am and all.
Well, I'm only doing my job, love, and it's only a bit of a laugh. I mean, no bones have been broken, have they, eh?
Well, it's not very funny.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, there's nothing going on, Bert. You go back to your fight, love.
Nothing going on, and you screaming the odds in the middle of a pub and everybody listening. Nothing going on, just hold it. Look, what are you after with my wife?
You are?
That's right, I'm her husband.
Forget it, Bert.
Look, I'm just trying to check a story, that's all.
What, concerning her?
Well, that's what I'm trying to check.
What story?
Bert.
I said, what story?
Some shenanigans in France. Somebody's complained about us.
Were there any?
Well, yes, but we weren't involved.
No, we won't, no way.
Right, well, you heard the lady. She can't help you, and I'd be obliged if you just leave her alone, you know what I mean?
Suit yourself. But don't forget, I did give you the chance to give your side of it, didn't I? Sorry to have bothered you. Cheers.
Oh, that's that. Thanks, love.
Yeah, thanks, Bert. If you didn't half fix him up.
Let's hope that's last we hear of that.
Sorry, love. No chance. Why? He's printing a story tonight. Charleville's version. I'll bet them placards are up already.
Yeah, get that down you and then go and have a couple of hours on the bed.
Oh, I think it must be a nervous headache or something. I feel a right fraud, you know, leaving little girl to cope on her own.
Look, it may be flu. There's an awful lot of it going around.
I've never let flu keep me off work before, have I?
Ah, yes, but then that was before...
Before what? Come on, spit it out. You must have something on your mind.
Well, look, do you feel that you're really up to this new job of yours?
What do you mean, up to it?
Well, on your feet all day, cooking, dashing about after a lot of fellas.
I'm not exactly decrepit, you know, Mrs. Sharp.
Nobody's saying you are. You're still a fine figure of a woman.
Oh, tar, thanks.
But you could ease up a bit. Stop trying to prove to yourself and to everybody else that there's nothing changed in the past 30 years, because it has.
Oh, you got to keep fighting back, haven't you?
Yes, I suppose so. Are you not going to go upstairs then?
No, I'm going to have 40 winks on there, and I'm going right back to that cafe to give Gail a helping hand.
You won't let anybody help you, will you?
Will you?
Hey, well, depends what's it's paying for, doesn't it? Well, there'll be no names mentioned because nobody's admitting to all. And I saw that Phyllis Hairsnake in Butcher's, and she said that reporter had been round, but nobody had talked to him.
Well, I thought there were no to admit to.
Oh, shut up, Ivy. It's none of your business.
Oh, I'm sorry I spoke.
Well, I'll just say this. I'm surprised that ladies whose characters I believe are beyond reproach, as pure as a driven snow, should behave like... Well, enough said. I just hope this unfortunate scandal doesn't sully the good name of this firm and yours truly. Now, I shall not mention the incident again.
it's not being appropriate with us yet. Hug your Vera, even if you were innocent, nobody's going to believe us now, are they? Hey, I've got a confession to you. What? Well, you know that copper's hat, don't you? I've got it on me. You never did. It's in my case in wardrobe. You never have. Vera Duckworth, you're a right star, you are. Hey, listen who's talking.
What you laughing at?
We'll tell you when you're 21. Oh. Hey, smashing night though, wasn't it? Fabulous, Ken.
Hello, you've been a long time. Yeah, well, instead of that short, sharp walk you recommended, I had a long, sharp one instead. All round town, as a matter of fact. You know all those things we were out of, like bog roll and toothpaste and cat food for that stray moggy you keep feeding? Well, we're not out of them anymore. Where's Tracy?
Oh, he's still having a nap. Well, you certainly seem to have had a good shop.
Oh, do you know, I've spent a fortune, and I don't know how 2 unemployed ladies like us can afford it.
Our tastes are simple.
Yeah, and thank God for the welfare state. Do you know, once upon a time, we would have been carted off to the workhouse like Oliver Twist. At least I would, anyway.
Seems to have done you good. Your shop about. You seem much more cheerful.
Ah, now tired I might be, and broke, but cheerful? That's another matter.
Did you happen to see Ken on your travels?
Yes, I did, actually. We exchanged what I think you call polite conversation. He's very polite, Ken. Don't you find?
French frolics. Twin Town complains about visitors' behaviour. Well, it certainly made headlines. No photo, though.
If I'd have been with that lot, I wouldn't dare show my face for a month.
I don't know. I think I'd have enjoyed the notoriety. Might send me stock up a bit. It's been flagging lately.
It's been flagging for a long time, lovey.
Now then, Betty. Good evening. It isn't Mr. Ogden and his internationally famous wife. Gazette today, William Hickey tomorrow. What's it like being a celebrity, Hilda?
Look, there's no names in there, Bet Lynch, so no pack drill.
Ah, yes, but you were one of them 3, weren't you, Hilda?
Did they all look like Charles Aznavour, you know, them Frenchmen that you picked up? Cuddly, but very dangerous. Hey, I've just realised, why haven't you got a black eye, Hilda? Why haven't you given her a black eye, Stanley?
I don't think she was one of them. Have you seen the women over there? Frenchmen don't need imports. Be like selling nutty slack to Newcastle. Get a pint.
Oh, that were very cruel with that, Hilda. Very cruel.
Do you know, I was scared stiff what he might say if it come out. I thought he might be real upset with his wife practically being called a scarlet woman. Didn't dawn on me he'd never even believe it. I wouldn't care, but the bloke I got could hardly speak a word of English, and what little bit he could were all about his wife. Give us a pint and a light bottle, please.
Hey, I thought you said you weren't coming in here, Elsitana, under no circumstances.
Too fragile to fight with her tonight. I come in on one condition only.
Yeah.
If Albert Tatlock walks through that door, I walk out.
I'll walk out with you.
Right, gin and the stout.
No, we'll have one of those whiskey all-ins.
Oh, OK, lovely. OK. Well, not feeling so fragile as I was this morning. That bit of cow heel and beef was very good, Mrs. Sharple.
Well, I should be able to make it. I've been making it for about 70 years.
Well, it did me good. Put a lining on my tummy, as it were.
I told you needed looking after.
Only for now.
Oh, don't worry yourself. I'm going to stop in another couple of days.
Eh?
I'm going off to St. Anne's.
You can stop as long as you like for me.
Look, 2 or 3 days in the same house is all right. But after that, we're just cat and dog.
Or man and wife.
Well, the same thing, as you well know.
Hey, I love it. One whiskey all in and one stout.
Thank you, love.
Tommy, dear.
Half a bitter and a lager.
May I bet? Oh, and Tom.
What for?
Well, you know, I know you. You're always bursting to make some crack or other about thingy. Anyway, you didn't, and thank you.
Well, it didn't. Just doesn't now seem as funny as it did. I mean, look at Hilda's face and your eyes.
Yeah. She didn't want to come out, you know, but I made her.
Weren't you a bit mad within yourself, though?
Well, I suppose I was. I mean, when I think of the stick I'm going to get from my mates at work tomorrow morning, I mean, it's nobody's business. But let's face it, it was just a bit of fun, wasn't it? And I know our Ivy, and I trust her. A 9-day wonder, that's all. But, well, I'd just be glad if you'd sort of play it low, if you mind.
You've got it, Bert. No danger.
Thanks, love.
I'll take some champagne to settle that.
Same breed, same flesh and blood, same aches and pains, yet we're all different.
Look at me and you.
Exactly, look at this one.
What's that then?
Too complicated for you, then half a bit, eh?
Yes, please.
How's young Deirdre? I've not seen much of her lately.
Oh, I saw her today. She's fine.
Oh, good.
Well, he's a pretty little boy. He is a pretty boy, aren't you, eh? Yes, you are. You're a pretty boy. Yes. Well, I can't stand here all day talking to you, you know, even if you are a pretty boy. No, I can't. I've got to get down and open that shop up. Hello? Oh, look, will you please stop ringing me up? Yes, well, I don't want to talk to you. Don't call me Mavis. Please, just don't call me anything at all. Just leave me alone, please.
All right. Okay.
Morning.
You two,
The workers are here.
So I see. There's no need to kick the flipping door down, though, is there?
Listen, Kirsty, we're carrying all this gear. How about a couple of pints?
Oh, give over. You must be joking. And you know, what got you two up so early this morning? Was it the alarm went off, or have you got your missus back?
You just mind your own flaming business, eh?
Bit shirty this morning, aren't we? No wonder she up and...
Oh, Len, I am so glad you're here so early.
It's our motto, Mrs. Walker. Always merry and bright.
Now, I must have you out of that ladies' toilet before opening time. You do realise that?
Everything's in order, don't worry.
Fred, won't forget the drain men are coming this morning.
No, I'll just go and sort the cellar out now, Mrs. Walker.
I cannot have you in there, in the ladies' toilet, during licensing hours, and I do not want any sitting down on the job.
Oh, point taken, Mrs. Walker.
Take it through, Eddie.
Right, boss. Gives you a funny feeling going into ladies' labs, you know. I hope I'm not going to get any nasty surprises, Mrs. Walker. No rude writings or nothing. I'm a very sensitive lad, you know.
Len, before you start, any news?
What about?
Now, Len, you know I'm not asking out of idle curiosity. I regard myself as a friend, and I am concerned about you and Rita. You haven't heard anything?
Nothing.
I see. You know, maybe she's hoping, maybe she's longing to come back. Maybe she just needs a word from you.
I couldn't ask her even if I wanted to. I don't know where she is.
No idea.
There's someone who might have a very good idea where she is.
Well, as I say, love, when a woman's pride is hurt, she does need a word. If you could bring yourself to take that step.
I'd better get on.
Who's that Portiolo when he's at home? That chap in paper there. It is Portiolo, isn't it?
Oh, he's some Mexican chap, a politician.
A Mexican? Well, they want to put him in paper
You
for.
get on with your paper and I'll get on with mine, given half a chance.
Nina Sharples were talking about you last night.
Oh, yeah?
Aye. Said you were going to get married shortly, you and Deirdre Langton.
Did she now?
She did that. Did not make me feel a fool and all. Her knowing more than me.
Just an old woman's idle speculation, Uncle Albert.
Oh, are you telling me you're not getting wed?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm trying to skim through the paper before I go to work.
Oh, but you have asked her, though, haven't you? And she said yes.
No, I haven't asked her. And what makes you so sure she'd accept if I did?
You what? She'd snatch your hand off. Her, all on her own, with a kid to bring up. You with a good job. She's not daft.
You take a very low view of human nature.
No, I don't. It's just common sense.
Well, I have been thinking about it, as a matter of fact. And I've reason to believe that, well, I'm pretty sure, in fact, that if I did ask her, she'd say yes.
Of course she would. She'd jump at it.
Look, she's not simply looking for a husband, any husband, you know.
No, happen not. But if you want my opinion...
Well, I don't.
Right, there you are, love. Thanks very much. Ta-da.
Hi. Hello. Didn't know you were working here.
Ah, well, it's only temporary, I think. I'm just giving Mavis hand while Rita's... Well, you know. Len asked me if I would.
No news of Rita, then?
I haven't heard anything, and Len's not said a thing.
No, and you don't like asking him, do you? Not Len, he'd bite your head off. I keep getting on at Alf, you know, to ask him. I mean, after all, he was Alf's best man. You know what fellas are like.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So you got a new assistant?
Yes. Oh, would you mind getting that?
Yeah, sure. Hello, cabin. No, it isn't. She's here, though. I'll just get her for you. It's for you, Mavis.
Who is it?
I don't know, a fella.
Thank you.
Right, what was it?
Hello. Oh, oh, would you please leave me alone?
Yay, whatever's to do?
What's the matter, love? Who was that?
Oh, I don't know who he is, but he keeps ringing me up.
You mean one of these funny beggars? Obscene phone calls, heavy breathing?
Yes, something like that, yes.
Oh, come here, love. Drink your tea.
Thank you.
How long has this been going on?
Well, about a week.
Oh, Mavis, you should have told me.
You don't lie, do you? I mean, it's not something you like talking about.
You can't keep things like that to yourself. I suppose he says nasty things, does he? Filth.
Well, no, not exactly. I mean, he's not, well, rude.
Oh, I see.
Well,
what exactly does he say, then?
Oh, he says he likes me and he thinks I'm nice looking.
Well, how does he know what you look like?
That's just it. I mean, he knows me, whoever he is. I can tell by the things he says.
Oh, blimey, that's creepy.
Oh, it makes me go cold all over. I mean, he knows this shop, he knows where I live, and all sorts of things about me. Well, it's like being peeped at. Oh, it's making me ill.
You know you've got to tell police, don't you?
Oh, I couldn't. I'd be that embarrassed.
Nay, heck, the worst things than being embarrassed, you've got to.
Yeah, that's what they're there for, Mavis.
I'll tell you one thing. If you don't, then I will.
Come on and bring the tools with you.
Hey, boss. We could have had a drink in there, you know.
If you want a drink, you drink in your time, not mine.
Only saying, like, we could spin the job out a bit, you know. I mean, with all these silicon chips flying around, you've got to look after yourself. I mean, we went through that job like greased lightning.
Look, if you want to work with me, mate, you work my way, all right?
All right, all right. I was only saying.
No, don't. I don't want to hear it.
Look, don't take it out on me just because Rita's left you.
You what?
I was just saying, like, I know things have been a bit rotten, like, and you're on edge and that. I would be the same myself, you know, if I didn't have a woman, like.
Shut your face.
Well, I wouldn't call him obscene or anything.
Well, what would you call him, love?
Well, it's difficult to say, really. It's more his manner. I mean, he's never said anything actually rude.
Any four-letter words?
Oh, no.
What sort of things does he say? Oh, don't be embarrassed, love. Would you like P.C. Lyle to go for a walk while you tell me?
No, it's all right. Well, twice she's said he'd like to see me in my nightie. And I mean, I don't know how he knows that I wear a nightie.
Well, has he threatened you at all? I mean, has he said he's going to do anything to you?
Oh, no. No, he says he'd like us to be friends, and he keeps pestering me to go out with him. Well, I mean, you can hardly call that threatening, can you?
But it does upset you.
Oh.
And you've asked him to stop bothering you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, with these kinky beggars, you never know what they'll try. He'll have to be stopped.
That's right, love. Now then, who do you think he is?
Oh, well, I've no idea. I mean, I've thought and I've wondered.
Hasn't given you a name at all?
Well, not really.
How do you mean, not really? Has he or hasn't he?
Well, he's asked... Well, it's silly, really, but he's asked me to call him Loverboy.
Loverboy? Is that one word or two?
Look, I dare say this seems very funny to you.
No, it doesn't. There are some men who might think it was funny if they were very stupid, which P.C. Lyle isn't, are you?
Not according to me, ma'am, no.
I've been on a few cases like this, and I know how upsetting it is. We'll try and stop him.
Oh, thank you.
Mind you, it's mainly up to you. You're going to have to give us something to go on. What about his voice? Does it sound like anybody you know?
Oh, no.
Don't be so quick. Think about it. He knows you. It's a fair bet you know him.
How do you mean?
It's pretty certain to be someone who comes into the shop downstairs. Someone you say hello to. You might even give him his paper every morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, but... Oh, the very thought that it might be somebody who comes into the shop.
Well, in that case, the best thing you can do, the next time he asks for a date with you, agree. Make a date with him.
I couldn't.
Wish you'd help us catch him, love.
Think about it. These phone calls are bad enough, but it might not stop at phone calls. We want to nab him before there's any harm done.
Where the heck was that then?
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, it's a beach on the promenade. Hey, I was messing about in the sea there.
Well, Lord's no need worry about this. It's all blurred, Brian. Was your hand shaking or something?
It was his honeymoon. Your hand would be shaking, wouldn't it?
True.
Do you mind? I took that.
Oh, so it was your hand that was shaking. You couldn't have been getting your full ration of sleep.
One-track mind, fellas. I'm sick of honeymoon jokes.
Hey, talking about jokes, Gail. I bet you got a few laughs from your Brian there.
Hey, give over. See that, Eddie? It's the highest point of the TT, that.
I bet you dragged the poor girl right round the old lot.
Yeah, of course I did. We're going to get it somewhere, aren't we, Gail? See the racing?
Very romantic for me.
I'm romantic, you know. Well, underneath. Always fancied honeymoon. You know, moonlight on the water and all that.
Best if you're married first, though, Eddie. I know there's more fun that way.
I do know that, you know, Fred. Hey, I reckon she's next, here in Ken.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Hi.
What can I get you, dear?
I just wondered if Ken might be in.
Haven't seen him today.
Oh. Oh, well, I won't stop then. I'll just have a packet of crisps for Tracy, please.
There you are, dear. Those right.
Oh, yeah, fine. Thanks. Ta-da. Ta-da.
Yeah. Stick us another pint in there, will you, love?
You know, I understand how you must be feeling, Len. And believe me, I sympathise. Now, I know you don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I don't.
But you can't bottle it up. Now, is there anyone else you can try?
Well, there might be. There's a fella called Ralph Lancaster runs the Gatsby Club. He might know where Rita is.
I do hope so, Len.
I'm going round there tonight. I'll find out, one way or another.
Hey, I love 40 pence change. Thanks. Either a shocking price records these days, aren't they?
Yeah. No, better for you than fags, aren't they?
Oh, do you reckon? I think some of them should have government health warnings on the sleeves myself.
Thanks a lot.
Sure, I love, thanks.
Oh, you can go now if you like, Deirdre.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, there won't be much more doing now.
Do you want me to get that?
Oh, yes, please, if you would.
Hello, cabin? Yes, she is. Could you just hang on a moment, please? I think it's him.
Well, I can't speak to him.
Mavis, you know what that policewoman said?
I just can't.
Of course you can. It's the only way to stop him.
Hello? Oh, it's you again. What do you want now? Well, you can't be nice to somebody you don't know, can you? And, I mean, I don't even know your name. Oh, yes, well, I'm not going to talk all of that. That's silly. I mean, like I say, you can't be nice to somebody you haven't met. Well, what do you suggest? I mean, about this meeting. Well, tonight. No, nothing special. Look, I'll tell you what, why don't you come round here and call for me? Oh, pardon? Yes. Yes, I know where that is. What time? 8 o'clock, all right. Right, goodbye. Oh,
good girl.
Deirdre, I think I feel sick.
You did great.
Well, I can't possibly go through with it.
Of course you can. Look, I'm going to get that policewoman.
I don't know if she's stuck him so flipping long.
The heart has its reasons, Fred.
Yeah, well, I hope Len uses his brains rather than his heart when he tackles Ralph Lancaster.
If he had used his brains, Rita would never have left him.
Now, there I do agree with you.
Pint, Fred, please, and half a lager.
Hey, thought we were saving up.
Oh, we are? We don't have one, then?
We'll have 2 half pints, please.
Oh, aye. Now the honeymoon really is over.
No, it's not, is it?
Anything you say, dearest.
How about a game of darts?
Yeah.
Not if you're planning to take a fortune off us, Eddie. It's all accounted for.
Oh, pity now. Still, we'll have a game anyway, eh?
Okay.
Hiya.
Oh, hello.
Could I have a bottle of lemonade to take out, please, Mrs.
You
Walker?
can, dear.
I'll get this. Will you have a drink while you're here?
Go on, twist my arm. I'll have half a lager.
And a half of lager too, please, Mr. Walker. Well, how's Tracy then?
Oh, she's full of beans, drawing houses like mad at the moment. At least I think they're houses.
Good.
Ken, is there something my best friend wouldn't tell me? Only I just get the feeling you've been avoiding me.
No, of course I haven't. Don't be silly.
Oh, good. I mean, you would tell me if there was anything, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would, and there isn't.
Oh, good. That's all right, then.
Ellen's a quid, love, please.
What for?
To get round in.
We can't afford to buy Eddie Yates drinks. Let him get his own.
He stands his corner. He'd get me one back.
That's not the point. He's not saving for a deposit on a house. We are, in case you've forgotten.
No, I hadn't forgotten. I don't stand much chance of forgetting either, do I, the way you go on about it all the time?
I don't go on about it. Well, maybe I do. But we've got to watch the pennies, Brian, if we're ever to get a deposit. Yeah. Sorry I was snappy.
Thanks, love. Hey, you weren't snappy, really, love.
Hey, what are you doing borrowing money off me? You had a £5 note this morning.
Yeah, well, goes, doesn't it?
If you spend it, yeah? What have you been doing with it?
Why, nothing much. Well, I bought a couple of records.
Oh, right.
Oh, look, will you stop going on about it? So I spent it for you, Bob. It's not a crime, is it? 2 pints, please, Fred.
Keep the change, Fred.
Huh?
Why not? It grows on trees round here.
I'm sorry. I just can't go through with it. I know it's weak need of me, but I just can't do it.
I know just how you feel.
I don't think you do.
I know what I'm talking about. I've been on 2 or 3 cases like this, so I should do. And I'm not trying to talk you into meeting this chap. If you say no, fair enough. That's your privilege. But I will just say this. We've got a chance to catch him before anybody gets hurt. He sounds like he's a beginner to me. But if he gets a bit older and bolder, well, some poor girl might pay for it.
Oh, all right, I'll go.
Good for you. And don't worry. PC Lyle will be watching from one end of the street and I'll be in position at the other end.
Yes, all right.
Can I go with her? I think she'll feel a bit better if I do.
Oh, I think I would, really.
All right, you can come in the car.
Well, can we get going now before I lose my nerve again?
We're a bit soon. But actually, love, you're not ready, are you?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to be meeting Loverboy for a date. He expects you to have made a bit of an effort, won't he?
That's right.
Your vest coat on and a bit of trouble on your makeup. You've got to set your stall out or else there's something wrong.
Oh, I don't know. It seems all wrong somehow, getting all done up to attract him. Well, it's like setting a trap.
Because he needs catching. So, if you're going to be the bait, you better get some tutty on. Come on, I'll give you a beauty treatment. And while she's doing that, I'll make us a cuppa. Tell me where you keep everything, love, and I'll do it. You can win medals with a cup of tea inside you.
Right, sir. Tell very much.
Is the boss around?
Who was it you wanted?
Ralph Lancaster's still the boss here, isn't he?
Definitely. That's what he keeps telling me, anyway.
Well, is he in?
Well, you're a bit early for him yet. It could be an hour yet. It might be more. Can I do anything?
Yeah, you can get me a scotch. A large one.
You might have a long wait, you know.
It's all right. I got plenty of time.
Fair enough. We've plenty of scotch.
I think you better walk from here, love, in case he's watching.
Yes, all right.
Don't worry. We've got someone watching from up there, and as soon as he makes himself known to you, PC Lan will have.
Oh, I hope so.
Just stay and keep him talking. Don't walk anywhere with him.
Don't worry. I won't. Good luck, love.
Hi.
Oh, had out to eat?
No, not yet.
Oh, I had mine a couple of hours since. Well, I didn't know whether you were coming in or whether you weren't, so I didn't make out.
That's all right.
Oh, I just had a bit of bacon. There was a couple of rashers left.
Fine.
You know, I don't mind cooking if I only knew what time you were coming in.
You know, Uncle, there are times when you sound exactly like a stand-up comics version of a nagging wife.
Oh, do I? Well, that before long you'll be getting the real thing.
Now, don't start that again. I had enough of that this morning.
Oh, she were in a bit earlier on.
What, Deirdre, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wanted to know what time you were coming in, but I said to her, never tells me what time he's coming home.
Yeah, I've just seen her in the Rovers, actually.
Oh, she tracked you down, did she?
No, she didn't track me down, as you put it.
Oh, that's what you think. You know, it's
Now,
pretty
look,
obvious
Uncle Albert,
what-
I've had quite enough of this for one day. I'm going to make myself something to eat.
£88p for cash.
Keep the change.
Sir.
Who's singing here nowadays?
A girl called Stephanie. Not bad either.
Stephanie. She's by herself, is she?
That's right.
And what about Lancaster? Who's he knocking around with these days?
How do you mean?
Who's his girlfriend?
Oh, why don't you ask him? Now's your chance.
Hello. Hello, Ralph. Good to see you. Looking well. Well, well, well. Hello, Len. It's not often we have the pleasure of seeing you in here. Have a drink.
I don't want a drink. I think you know why I'm here.
I'll drop with you.
Where's Rita?
You're Rita, you mean? Well, how should I know? You're a husband, don't you know?
Don't crack on. You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what's happened.
Well, I know that she's left you, if that's what you mean. She was living in digs over on Clarence Street last time I heard.
She's moved. I want to know where she is now.
Well, like I said, I mean, what are you asking me for? How should I know where she's got to?
You're a bloody liar, Lancaster.
Now, look, I don't have to take that. Now, I'm sorry for you, because of the state you find yourself in. But don't come in here shouting the odds.
You said you'd put her up in a flat. She told me.
I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
I'll ask you one more time.
Need any help, Mr. Lancaster?
No. No, I don't think so. This is Eric. He's very good at sorting out troublemakers. I mean, very reliable. Eric, this is Mr. Fairclough. He's leaving. Now.
I'll be back.
Any time, Len. Bring the wife with you, eh?
I felt such a fool, you see, standing there waiting for him to show up.
Oh, it must have been nerve-wracking.
And yet, I mean, I was dreading it, of course.
Well, you would be.
Oh, yet I felt let down. I mean, like I say, I was dreading it. Well, he could have done anything.
Yeah, I think it's just as well he didn't turn up in a way.
Oh, yes, in a way, but still I felt such a fool. See, that policeman, he gave me ever such a funny look. I think he thought I was making it all up.
Oh, no, Mavis, I'm sure you're wrong.
No, I could see his little brain clicking over, he thought. Unmarried woman, time of life, claims to have been having phone calls, pestering her. Says she's arranged to meet the man. No, she's making it all up. I could see it in his eyes.
Mavis, it's all in your imagination.
Oh, Deirdre, what do you mean?
Not the phone calls, what the policeman thought. Look, I know you had the phone calls because I answered the phone to him, didn't I?
Yes, that's true.
There you are, then.
Well, I only wish that policeman had heard him.
Look, Mavis, the main thing is he didn't turn up and you've had no more calls from him. I reckon you called his bluff when you arranged to meet him. You won't be bothered again.
He what? He stood her up. He phoned her up, made a date with her, then stood her up.
Yeah, well, something like that, yeah.
That could only happen to Mavis, couldn't it? Being stood up by a nutter. Well, he's got to be a nutter to make a date with her in the first
You
place.
would think it were funny, wouldn't you? Anyway, it wasn't funny to Mavis, and she needs all the support she can get. I'm going round there now.
I must say, Len, that's a very welcome sight. I haven't seen you laugh for weeks.
I think it was a mistake.
I thought perhaps you'd been successful last night finding Rita.
No, I went round the Gatsby to see Lancaster.
And?
He says he knows naught about it.
You believe him?
I don't know what to believe.
I was wondering if you ought to get in touch with Harry Bates. He and Rita were, after all, almost, well, married, weren't they, for several years?
I know, I thought about that myself. I'm going round to him this afternoon.
I hope you find her, Len. I really do. She needs you.
Hello, love. Oh, you're here too, are you?
I've only come to see if she was all right.
I just popped in to see if there are any developments. Anything to tell us?
No, I'm afraid not.
What, no more phone calls from Loverboy?
Oh, no.
Well, let's hope that's the last of it, eh?
Well, I hope so, I'm sure.
Yeah, so do I. A lot on our plates at the moment. Anyway, if there is anything, just give us a shout, all right?
Look, I'm not the sort to waste your valuable time, you know.
Well, of course you're not, love. Besides, criminal offence, isn't it? Wasting police time. You're not the criminal kind, are you?
Thank you. Oh, I don't know what it is about policemen, but they always make me feel I've got something to hide.
Do you want anything else?
No, I got tons here.
Right, well, I'll be off then. You might do the washing up this afternoon. There's not a lot of it.
I don't mind, sir, don't you fret.
Never said you didn't.
No, I reckon I do as much as any woman would. Shall you be seeing her tonight?
Who?
You know.
I might take her for a drink, yeah.
And she'd take you for a ride after. You know, you always were daft when it comes to women.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Hey, what's all this then?
That's the Valentine's card.
Oh, you must be proud of it, carrying it round with you.
I'll give up. I'm taking it home. They were delivered to me at the garage.
Hey, aren't you getting saucy? Look at this. Roses are red, violets are blue, and so is the movie I'd like to star in with you.
Here's a deco. Well, this is hot, isn't it?
It's a jacket, isn't that?
Oh, deeply disgusting. Wish somebody had sent me it.
Well, I did they? So give it to you.
It doesn't say who sent it, either.
There's no need. It's from Gail.
Oh.
I haven't got any Valentines. Still, there's always tomorrow's post, isn't there?
Oh, give over, Eddie. Nobody'd ever send you a Valentine.
I've had a good few in me time.
A woman would have to be around the twist to send you a Valentine.
Listen, I've had Valentines with some good-looking birds, I'll tell you. There was this one woman, 2 years on the run, she sent me a Valentine, and on it she wrote, I fancy you like mad.
Like mad, eh? What you do, write it in crayon?
I don't know, I don't remember. Why crayon?
Well, she wouldn't use anything sharp where she'd come from, would she? Get it?
Listen, I've had me moments, you know. Anyway, you haven't got one, neither.
True. Look at your boss over there. I don't suppose anybody's going to be sending him any Valentines either.
Look, mate, I'm going to say something, so don't forget it. Just listen. That's the last time you make a crack about me. You've had your quota of snide remarks. The next one, I'm over that bar at you, all right?
Yeah. Keep it old mouth, him.
Oh, he might be. But I'd watch me step if I were you. He's dying to belt somebody.
I'm not scared of Fair Club.
I didn't say you were, Fred. But I don't want it to be me that gets hammered. Anyway, it's time I wasn't here.
Yeah, I'm me. See you, Fred.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi.
Hello, Ken. What can I get you?
Half a bitter, please, Miss Walker.
You're very thoughtful these days. I suppose offering a penny for them would be inadequate in these inflationary times.
Yes, I dare say it would.
But, as an old friend, I would like to help if anything's on your mind. Actually, Mr. Tatlock has told me the cause.
You mean he's been shouting out my private affairs around the pub?
Oh, no, dear. No. He was speaking to me in confidence. I'm sure he hasn't been talking to all and sundry.
Well, what has he told you?
Well, I gather that you and Deirdre are thinking in terms of a wedding.
Possibly.
Now, you won't be asking for my advice, but if I were to give it, I should have to freely admit that I have been mistaken about Deirdre in the past.
Look, Mrs. Walker.
No, please let me finish, dear. I've seen her coping since Raid decamped, and I realise there's a lot more to her than I ever gave her credit for.
Well, no doubt she'll be very flattered to hear it.
But, at the same time, I have always thought that if a marriage is to work, the partners must be equal. And Deirdre, well, with all her qualities, she is not your intellectual equal.
As you said, Mrs. Walker, and I quote, I won't be asking for advice.
Come on, Meg.
Mavis, get it down you. What you've been through this last 24 hours, you need to keep your strength up.
Well, I don't usually have anything at dinner time.
Well, you should do.
Yes, and I should be down in the shop.
Deirdre's quite capable. Let her hold fort for a bit. Now, come on.
It's him.
Nay, other phone ring go besides him.
No, it is. I know it's ringed.
Hello, 3482. Yes, she is. Just a minute, I'll get her. I think it is him. He said a friend.
I can't possibly speak to
you. You've got to. Could you just hold on, love? She won't be a minute. Just a minute. Come on, you've got to.
Hello? Well, where were you last night? I said, where were you last night? I waited for you for nearly an hour. Well, no use saying you're sorry, is it? Yeah, well, sorry doesn't help, does it? How do you think I felt? You shouldn't say things like that. Well, I don't know why I should. Well...
So you'll meet him.
All right, then. What, tonight, yeah? Same place, same time. All right. Should hope we will have a good time, yes. Oh, I told you shouldn't say things like that. Yes, I'll be there. Yes, all right, then. Goodbye. No, it's not him that's mental. It's me.
Oh, hello. There's a pot of tea in the kitchen I've just brewed. What's up? Aren't you speaking?
I went into the Rose after lunch. Annie Walker buttonholed me and tried to get in her 2 pennyworth about my private affairs.
Well, that's typical.
And on this occasion, she was well primed. By you.
What are you talking about?
You know full well what I'm talking about. You've been picking over my private affairs with Annie Walker. And anyone else who cares to listen, I dare say. Ena Sharples, no doubt, and your various boozing cronies. Well, my relationship with Deirdre is none of their business. And it's none of yours either, come to that.
I'm entitled to speak. I'm family.
You're not entitled to drag other people into it.
But if I keep going on about it, it's just because I don't want to see you making a muck of your life.
Oh, is that so?
It is so. And if you wed her, you will be doing.
Well, I haven't asked for your opinion.
No, but you're getting it just the same. She's all wrong for you, you know. You'll be landing yourself in a whole lot of trouble.
Oh, yes, and you're quite disinterested, of course, quite unselfish.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not just Deirdre, is it? You'd be against any woman that I was interested in. You think it might upset your comfortable little routine?
Look, you've got no right to say that.
Oh, haven't I? Well, you've got no right to interfere in my life. Now, I haven't asked for your advice, and until I do, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Right. I'll say no more. You do just as you like. I'm going round to Legion.
We'll give you a start again, love. Don't worry, we'll not be far away.
Well, here goes then.
£44, please.
Ah, thank you. Would you like to sit down?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I've been on the go all day.
Isn't it? It's not Eddie Yates, is it?
Don't muck about, mate.
What's the matter, Eddie? You're all clean and dressed up and that.
Look, let's see your lip. Just give us a quick scotch. I'm in a rush.
What's it all in aid of, eh? All dressed up, sup in spirits. It's not you know that, don't you?
Don't take me for granted. I'm a man of many facets, you know.
Oh, it's not your style, Eddie. It's not your style at all. Your style's lounging around like a bundle of dirty washing up in pints. You know, never in a rush, because you never know where to go, you. But hang about, no. No, it's impossible. You've got a date, haven't you?
Why is it impossible?
Well, have you? I mean, have you got a date?
I might have. Then again, I might not have. Let's just say I feel lucky, eh?
Hey, go on, tell us who she is. Go on, I promise I won't go and break a white stick.
Oh, very funny. See ya.
There'll be no choice.
You two still caught and strong, I see.
Do you know, I get the feeling this place is a bit too public.
Yeah, well, it is a snag with public houses.
Yeah, sometimes I get the feeling I'm in a glass case on public show.
You're right, Deirdre.
Yeah, fine, thanks, Fred.
Did you get a DH there? Did you see him all dressed up? I think he's going courting.
Yeah, well, good luck to him.
Yeah, good luck to him, all right, but not very good luck to the bird he's going with. I wonder who she is.
No luck with Harry Bates. He hasn't seen Rita in years. I believe him, too. He's married now, you know.
Isn't there anyone else you can try?
Well, there's always Ralph Lancaster at the Gatsby.
I thought you tackled him last night.
I did, but I didn't tackle him hard enough.
Oh, Len, be careful.
Oh, I'll be careful, all right. He'd better be flaming careful, I know.
Hello, mate.
Oh, it's you.
What's up?
Oh, you gave me a shock.
You look like you're waiting for a nice fella. I'm here. Go. What the hell's going on?
You nicked, sunshine.
You what?
We saw everything we were watching.
Oh, it's all right to know him.
I said you would, love.
Mavis, what's going on?
You've been making a fool of yourself, haven't you, pestering this lady?
You must be joking.
Phoning her up, making suggestions to her.
Mavis, will you speak to them?
It's not Eddie you want.
Come on, I think we'd all best go to the station.
I'm not going down no station.
That's what you think, sunshine.
Hey, go easy on those, Tony. Some people will stand here all night shoveling down peanuts if you're happy to fill them up. It's making a fortune for Jimmy Carter, but it's damaging our sandwich trade.
You're the boss. Hey up, Mr. Lancaster. Here's your funny friend again.
If you've come here making trouble again.
No, I don't want any trouble.
Yes, well, I'm glad to hear it. But you were planning to repeat last night's nonsense. I'm calling the police right now.
No, there'll be no aggro. No rough stuff. I just want a little talk. A straight talk between you and me.
All right. You'll have to hang on. I've got a business to see to. Well, have a drink while you're waiting. Tony, give him a drink.
Scotch, was it?
Yeah. I'm Payne.
So you didn't send me one then?
What?
For Valentine. Still, there's always tomorrow's post. I can live in hopes.
Sorry, Fred, you're going to be disappointed.
I'll have to wait till next year then. Hey, make sure you send me one like you sent Brian.
What? I showed Fred it at dinner time.
Showed him what?
Well, the Valentine's card he sent me to the garage.
I didn't send you one to the garage. I put one in the post this morning addressed to home.
Well, who sent me that one then?
That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know, love.
Hey, you've been a naughty boy and a newlywed and all.
Give over staring at Fred. Look, I don't know, love, honest. Nah, it'll be one of the lads from the garage. They'll have sent it as a joke.
Oh, good try, Brian, good try. I once knew a lad. His missus found a pair of tights in the glove compartment in his car. Hey, up, she says, what's all this? He says, quick as a flash, like it's my emergency fan belt, love. Do you know what? He got away with it and all.
I don't think that's funny.
Pinch of bitter, please, Mr. Walker.
She didn't turn up then?
Do us a favour, Fred. Just leave it out, will you?
Something the matter?
Yeah, what's up, lad?
I've had a very nasty experience. Do I look like a sex maniac?
Well, since you're asking, yes, you do.
No, this is straight, Fred.
What on earth's happened?
Well, you know Mavis has been having these phone calls from this funny fella. Well, tonight when I left here, I'm walking through the shopping precinct and there's Mavis. Looks as if she's waiting for someone. So I go over and say hello, like you do, you know. The next thing I know, there's coppers jumping on me from all over the place.
Good heavens.
They thought I was him. The mad nutter, the phone caller. They hauled me off down the neck.
You're having us on.
No, he's not. You can tell he's had a bad shock.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. You're a very understanding woman.
That'll be 34p, by the way.
Hey? Oh. They hauled me off the neck, down there and everything.
How come they let you out?
Because I'm innocent, that's why.
Oh, you mean they believed you?
Mavis told them that it wasn't me that was making her phone calls.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't know, would she, if you were disguising your voice?
You think it was me and all, don't you? Just like the coppers. They wanted to put me in a cell and throw away the key. They thought Mavis was being soft. Suppose everybody round here is going to think it's me.
Oh, no, they don't. I believe you're speaking the truth, and so does Fred.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you.
Only I saw this picture once, this bloke, you know, he kept doing things and he didn't know he was doing them because he was a raving lunatic like, only half of him didn't know it.
Fred, shut up, will you?
Ken, has something happened?
No, not exactly. It's just... Well, Uncle Albert's been badgering me a bit and one or two others, and, well, it's just a feeling that, you know, what these sort of pressures can do to the relationship.
I know what you mean. I've been getting quite a bit of that from Emily. Mind you, she means well.
Yes, well, people usually do.
Yeah, I must admit I've asked her opinion a few times as well.
I think women do that more than men.
Ken, are you trying to tell me something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that everything that people say to me, all the advice that I'm gratuitously offered...
What do you mean?
Well, people putting their oar in, you know, without asking first. Well, what I'm really trying to say is that I'm not affected by what people think. I make my own decisions.
And what are they?
Well, you made it pretty plain to me that if I were to ask you to marry me, you'd say yes.
Look, I hope I didn't embarrass you, Ken. I didn't
No.
mean to. And I wasn't trying to rush you into anything honest.
I know.
But
What?
you're leading up to a book, Ken. I can feel it.
Yes, yes, I am. I don't want to get married, Deirdre. This doesn't alter how I feel about you at all.
You just don't feel enough. Is that it?
Well, I don't know. I do know that I've been married twice before. And the first one was good. You know what happened to Belle. And the second was a disaster for everybody. Well, I just don't want to risk a third time.
See?
I'll tell you something else. I'm too old for you.
I don't think so.
Yes, I am. Half a generation apart, different attitudes, reactions, everything.
You didn't think that before.
No, I didn't think at all. Maybe I didn't want to. Well, you made me think about it when you brought the situation to a head.
Well, I suppose I'd better be getting home. See how Tracy's going on. Bye, Ken.
You've got a visitor. I suppose you were just passing by?
I came specially, actually, to see Mavis.
I am glad you came round, Eddie.
Now, look, she's had a long day and she doesn't want moithering, so say what you've got to say, because she's got to get to bed.
I just wanted to say, like, thanks for what you did at the police station. I was very grateful, you know.
I'm sorry you got dragged into it, Eddie. I knew perfectly well you'd nothing to do with it.
That'll probably be the scuffers now, hoping you've changed your mind.
Excuse me. Hello. It's him. It's Loverboy. Look, I just want... Yes, I know, but I mean, in the... Now, look, in the first place, I did... If you'll just let me... Hello? He's hung up on me.
Well, there's one good thing. We know now it wasn't you, Eddie.
I knew it wasn't me before.
He said he was there tonight. Saw the police car waiting. Said I was trying to trap him. Didn't give me a chance to say I was sorry.
You wouldn't and all, wouldn't you? You'd go and apologise to him.
Oh, I can see his point of view.
Come on, you better ring police up.
I suppose so. But he said he won't phone again. Said I've disappointed him.
What?
I've disappointed him.
Have you got the stockroom key?
What about that chap we were supposed to have?
You'll have to hang on.
I've been hanging on for a flaming hour now. This is important.
To you it might be, not to me.
All I want to do is find out where Rita is. I think you might be able to help me.
How many times have I got to tell you?
Look, there'll be no aggro, mate. Just give me the phone number if you like.
Look, will you listen? If I had her telephone number, I'd give it to you just to get shot of you, but I don't know where she is, and I don't want to know. Look, if you're that stuck for a woman, hang about. We get some nice birds in here later on.
It's my flaming wife I'm talking about.
All right, Eric, all right. That's enough. You just get it into your head. I don't know where she is. She was around. Now she's not, but it's nothing to do with me. Just stay away from me.
I want to get her back, that's all.
Well, I can't help you. Look, she's left you, hasn't she? You'd better get used to it.
Brian, wake up. What are you doing down here?
Oh, what time is it?
Smart 7:45. I said, what are you doing down here?
Hey?
You're sleeping on the sofa, love. What are you doing sleeping on the sofa?
Yeah.
Will you pull yourself together? Were you out with them lads again last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Kay lied again, eh? What happened then? Did she chuck you out of bed?
Hey?
Oi! I said, did Gail chuck you out of bed?
No, I got in late, so I didn't want to disturb her, so I slept down here.
Gee, I don't know. Go and get yourself washed. And don't take all day about it. I'm going to get your breakfast on. Brian?
What?
If you didn't go upstairs, where's your clothes? And where'd you get your pyjamas and that blanket from? Brian! Brian!
Who was a naughty girl then?
Would you extend my apologies, please?
Well, I don't need to tell you what Mrs. Walker says about folk that can't tell the difference between one paper and another, Mavis.
Thank you.
What's the matter, love? You look a bit shot.
I'm not surprised a little short. Fred, I'm having to cope on my own again.
Well, I thought Deirdre were helping out.
Well, she was till yesterday, then suddenly decided to go off to her mother's.
What, just like that?
Apparently she cleared it with Mr. Fairclough, but I mean, that doesn't make my position any better.
Oh, here he is. Here. See what you've done to her? You and your heavy breathing.
Now, don't start, Fred. I'm up to here.
Oh, give over. It's second nature to you dealing with the scuffers.
Have you never done anything to upset the coppers?
Yeah, many a time.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like having your collar felt then, don't you?
I don't. I've never had it felt. We're not all daft, you know.
You get the abjabs. Not screaming, but the abjabs. I've spent the last 3 days walking backwards, trying to see who's following me. That can be highly dangerous in heavy traffic. You know?
Oh, dear, I am sorry.
He's having you on, love.
Listen, if you had my luck, you'd know.
You make your own luck in this world. Ta-ra, love. See ya.
I can do without him for a start.
We can be very vindictive.
Do you know that's one of my least favourite characteristics, that? If you can't forgive and forget, heaven help you. Here, I'll have a packet of mints, please.
Would you accept these from me as an expression of regret?
No, I won't. And will you stop carrying the troubles of the world on your shoulders? Here, wasn't your fault.
No, but you were arrested.
Yeah, but whose fault was that? I mean, it was his setup. You were waiting for Loverboy, I come along, say hello. I mean, if I'd have been the scuffers, I'd have arrested me.
But it must have been awful.
Well, it wasn't. And don't take any notice what I said about walking backwards. That was for G's benefit. What matters is that you're all right. He hasn't phoned up again, the anonymous admirer. You know?
No, not a word.
Perhaps he meant it then, about, you know, packing it in.
Well, actually, what he said was that he was disappointed in me, so I could only assume he was speaking the truth.
It's a funny old world, isn't it, Maeve?
It's hilarious.
Hi.
Well. Welcome to Weatherfield Hilton.
I've let it slide a bit, haven't I?
Yeah, just a bit. Mind, if you don't do any washing up or any dusting for a month, it does seem a long time.
Done the flipping washing up.
Admittedly, I haven't done much dusting.
You haven't done much of anything, period.
Elsie, don't bother.
Am I embarrassing you?
Yeah.
What are we going to do with you?
Have me put down?
Yeah, there's no decent vet touch you with a barge pole. Look, I'm going out for a bit of shopping. Do you want anything?
No, I do most of my eating out.
Oh, do you now? Well, you know where I live if you want anything. On second thoughts.
Yes, I know what you mean, yeah. There's been enough talk as it is.
It's not myself I'm thinking about. I just don't want to mess up your chances of getting back with Rita, that's all.
Do you think I've got any?
Oh, come on, pull yourself together, Len. You know, you're behaving like a big kid. There's millions like you. You're not the last man in the world. There's naught to it. It's not special.
Seems like it to
Well,
me.
why don't you act like it, then? I mean, it's not as if you're chased at the end of the world. 2 miles down the road in a van, and that's you, finished. I mean, look at Ron Mather. Quick Sticks is chasing me after Torquay.
Aye, didn't do him much good, did he?
Well, at least he tried, which is more than I can say for you.
You what? What the hell do you call that? That's how they answer questions at the Gatsby.
Well, does he know where she is?
Well, he says not, and after that, I believe him.
When are we going to stop it, Len?
I don't know. I don't think you and me was made for the quiet life.
Anybody home?
I'll see you.
Aye, all right.
Morning.
Morning. Cheery now.
No, I'll do my best, only I'm not overstocked with mirth and hilarity myself at the moment.
Oh, come on. It's the 80s. We're in for a wonderful 10 years.
Oh, God help us. Right, orders for the day, Gaffer.
You might as well start in here.
Oh, rebuilding?
Tidying up.
Oh. Oh, yeah, right.
And don't just go hiding things, will you?
Well, that could be difficult. I'll tell you what, we'll start with a brew, shall we? Mustn't break the habit of a lifetime. Excuse me. I've just been down the cabin. Mavis is having a rough time, you know.
Oh, aye?
Well, she's on a Todd. All the papers are going wrong. Even Stan's getting the wrong comics. The ones he's getting haven't got the words split up with the little dashes. It's playing havoc with his further education, you know.
Stupid fool. Can't she do anything right?
Quiet, innit?
Doesn't have to be noisy, does it?
No, my sweet, it doesn't have to be noisy. And it doesn't have to be like a morgue, neither, you know what I mean? Right, come on, what's up with you two?
Knock it off, Dad.
What do you mean, knock it off? Do you know it's like Labour Club on the last election night in here today? And we all know what caused that, don't we?
Leave them be, Bert. They'll tell us when they're good and ready. What is it, love?
Oh, will you? Ask her.
I don't think it's up to me to say anything. I suggest you ask Brian. Bye.
Summat up, Bert.
Well, even I can see that. Oh, blow it, they'll sort themselves out. Hey, kid, where's my haversack?
It's where you left it.
Oh, thank you. Hey, whose are these, then?
Well, they're not mine, are they?
Well, they're going to get damage left there. Hey, Brian, are these yours, kid?
Hey, will you leave it when I tell you? Just flame and leave it, will you?
Well, what have I said now?
You don't know how to treat him, Bert. You never have.
I don't know. Look, all I said was, are these yours?
He's upset, isn't he? He's a sensitive lad, our Brian.
Sensitive? He takes after your dad. He's about as sensitive as that table top. And don't you start, because I'm telling you, one row in this house is quite enough, thank you very much.
Well, it might suit some people, but it certainly doesn't suit me.
You just let me
Now, come on,
speak,
admit it.
Mr.
We're in a
Bert.
mess, aren't we?
Yes, but there are reasons.
You've always got a flaming excuse for everything, haven't you?
My own, aunt.
You've sent me amateur gardening.
Oh, and it should be...
Well, I haven't had my woman's own this week.
All right, woman's own.
It's funny, isn't it, amateur gardening? When all the bit of soil we've got is in between flags in backyard.
Very funny.
I am sorry.
Oh, it's all right, love. I were passing anyway. Ta-da.
They could come in here and tell you anything, couldn't they?
Mr. Peckcliffe, I am doing my best, but it's not easy. Getting up at 5 o'clock every morning and here till goodness knows what time every night. I work my fingers to the bone in the shop and I don't worry about the travellers and the bank and doing the books and there's so many...
All right, yes. Get down to the job centre and get somebody in. You know what I'm willing to pay.
Right, then I will.
Good, we're agreed on one thing, are we?
Well, when do you want to see them?
Who?
The applicants.
That's not my job, that's your job, isn't it?
Oh, but I've never done
You want to be a boss, don't you? All right, start acting like one.
That pad of yours is like a new pin. I'll see you down the yard. Not been giving you stick, has he, Mavis?
Well, it wasn't very pleasant, but then it never is.
Oh, dear. I only sold him because I thought I might be helping you, you know.
Well, you have in a way. He's told me I can get an assistant from the job centre.
Oh, well, that's great. I'll get down there and join the queue. Yeah, you're probably right. I wouldn't fit behind the counter.
Excuse me, Mrs. Walker, is it right?
Pardon? Oh, sorry, dear. I was in Babacoon.
Oh, I'll leave you to it then.
No, love, purely fantasy. What was you going to say?
Well, is it right Deirdre's gone off to her mother's?
I understand, sir. It's very sad, of course, but it would never have worked.
No way, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Ah, no, I wouldn't say that. Poor Deirdre must be, well, desperate isn't too strong a word. After all, she is running a one-parent family. As for Kenneth, how can I describe him? A misguided romantic. Intellectuals often are. Hence Babacoon.
Hello.
Penny for them.
You clod. Have you no soul, intruding between a woman and her dreams?
Hey?
God, will they never understand. Do you want a drink or not? Your mouth's open.
Yeah, all right. Hey, boss, how was the homestead? Did it pass muster?
Oh, yeah, it was fine. Give him a pint, love.
Oh, Tar. Hey, I could make a living at this house cleaning lark, you know. I should put an advert in the Gazette. Au pair lad offers services. Well, why should them fellas have all the fun with them jolly Swedish birds? I mean, what about all the frustrated housewives? Get me in a nice tight pair of jeans, eh? What do you reckon?
Well, you figure they'd have to be tight, love, wouldn't they?
Have you got something against me, personally?
Good heavens, no, love. I treat every fella the same, with contempt.
I can vouch for that, can't I, darling?
Should do, Cop. You started it.
Well, where is it, then?
It's over there in the corner where it's always been.
No, not that. The smile. The smile. The hole in your face under your nose. Where is it?
It's all right for you, innit? I mean, you command respect in the community. I command nothing, me.
I command what? You must be joking. You are at an advantage, mate. They call you a Burke to your face, not me. Do you know that lot spend their dinner out sticking pins in little effigies with Mike Baldwin? Well, so what? As long as they're hating me, they're not hating anybody else. I'm doing the world a favour. They can't take it out of me, so they take it out of their machines. There's always a silver lining. And you might as well tell him over there before he drowns in his pint.
Live and let live. That's what I say.
Here, Fairclough. There's a new club open behind the cathedral. Playmates. Birds galore, and not kids either. They cater for us that have passed the teenage scene. Now, I am going there tonight. Do yourself a favour. Get your glad rags on and get down there.
And will you look at me when I'm talking to you?
You are not talking to me, love. You are shouting at me.
Well, that's all you deserve if you can't see sense.
Now, listen, you. I've had enough of all this aggro because it went on all before the wedding, all during the ceremony, and even at the reception, on, and you haven't stopped yet. Now, look, you don't know whose fault it was, do you? So just a little bit less of it. Gail should be sleeping on that sofa because I know you, and I want you to promise me that you're going to keep your nose out of it. Well, go on.
Promise.
Say God's honour.
God's honour.
Yeah, I wish I could believe you.
According to the job centre, it was quite a thriving business.
Well, yes, I mean, we are very busy at times. That's why I need help.
It's poky, though. It's not much room. Still, beggars can't be choosers.
I don't know if the money was acceptable. They told you what we were offering, did they, at the job centre?
Yes, they did. It's hardly a fortune, is it? Still, I'm prepared to accept it for the time being.
And you have had previous experience?
Oh, yes. At a wide variety of retail outlets. I did bring a list and some references.
You?
What exactly would be the chain of command?
Oh, well, Mr. Fairclough owns the shop, of course, and I'm the manageress.
Well, we'll see what the future brings.
Yeah, well, actually, the hours are very unsociable. I'm afraid it's very early mornings, alternate days.
I'm not one for oversleeping. Right, is that it then?
Well, actually, I do have one or two more people to see.
I was given to understand that I was the only one.
Yes, well, these people are not from the job centre. And anyway, I won't keep you waiting. I'll let you know the minute I've decided.
Mavis. The greetings card fella's coming today. Will you check the stock before he comes?
Mr. Fairclough, is it?
Yes.
I'm Doreen Lovell. The job centre sent me.
Oh, great. When do you start?
Well, actually, I've got a couple more people to see.
Oh, never mind about them. Strike while the iron's hot. Are they your references? Yeah, it looks all right, doesn't it? Start tomorrow. Don't forget those cards.
Is your dad in yet, love?
No.
Where's Gail?
Upstairs.
What's she doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
I can't hear myself think with this, Brian.
Love, I'm not going to ask you why you and Gail fell out.
Good.
I mean, if your wife wants to chuck you out of bed 2 months after your wedding day, it's your
She
affair.
didn't chuck me out of bed. I walked out.
But why, love? Well, I mean, there must have been some reason.
Oh, there was. She was nagging at me. Nag, 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 nag. Like somebody else I could mention, not a million miles from here.
Definitely the red one. Do you know, I knew you'd do that. I like the blue one best of all. Right, what shall I get for me tea then?
I hope you're not under the impression that you've moved in here.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? I mean, someone's got to run round after you, picking up your ties. Otherwise, the place will be a right tip. Be company for you, no? Keep your mind off your matrimonial problems. What do you say? You don't like saying no, do you?
Try me.
No tea, then?
Tin of beans in the cupboard.
You're a gentleman. I don't care what they say.
Hi, we're in here, mate.
Oh, you going out?
I am that. I'm going out in the town, seeing as how I'm a free man. Are you coming?
Well, no, because Rini just sent me round to see if you wanted to come round for tea, you know, if you weren't doing out.
Hey, I'm doing nothing.
Ah, well, your wife hadn't just left you.
Well, she would if he had one.
There you go, you see, I qualify.
Yeah, well, if it was up to me, I'd say yes, but you know Rini.
Get your glad rags on, come out. There's a smashing new club opening in town, just your heavy.
Hey, I'll come with you.
I asked him.
No, better not, no. I've got to be a bit careful, you know, she's not to forgive me for New Year's Eve.
Please yourself, mate, but you're missing a great night.
Weren't you getting somebody to help out?
Oh, we have, but I don't like her one little bit.
Well, what did you take her on for then?
I didn't. Mr. Fairclough engaged her right over my head, so to speak. Oh, she's right bossy. I think she'll be worse than Rita. And she doesn't seem to have any sense of humour. Well, at least nobody could say that about Rita.
By they couldn't. Not living with your boss as long as she did. No, I mustn't say that about Len. There's a lot worse than Len.
I'm beginning to feel terribly sorry for him. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
I couldn't agree with you more. Who are we talking about?
We're just pulling the odd pal to pieces. You know how it is. G and take it.
Yeah, why not? Wish I could pull my lot to pieces. I wouldn't stick them together again.
Which lot's that, then?
Who? Makeley until at the Cafe Royal. Trouble is, they're all built like sides of houses. They've got muscles out to here, appetites like horses, hands rubbing all over the place, and the things they come out with even make me blush.
How's the new job going then?
Oh, rather splendid. All I can eat, plenty tips, nice people, and a boss who appreciates me. What more could I ask?
Couldn't happen to a nicer woman. Usual, please, Fred.
Do you really like the job, then?
That's just Elsie's way of saying it's better than now, Chuck.
My, we do look smart, Mr. Baldwin.
Thank you, Mrs. Baldwin.
Praise for me is praise indeed. Everything all right, Ben?
Yes, fine, thanks, Mrs. Walker.
Good.
See, that's how to be a boss. You can't beat that. By the left, what's going on tonight? It's not come dancing, is it?
Only on the town. I'm a free man. Let the world be lucky.
I hope he's not expecting too much.
Well, we've had some, haven't we, kid?
We have.
We certainly have.
Thank you very much. Start. Cheers.
Oh, no, had enough. I'm driving.
Aha! Right. Ready when you are, mate. Hey? That nightclub. Aren't you going?
Oh, yeah, I'm going, but, well, I'm fixed up, but it's only the one, you know. It's, some other time, eh?
One thing about Baldwin as a gentleman. Didn't like saying it, though, did he?
Didn't like saying what?
Well, I mean, going bird hunting with you. Like fishing with a fog on, innit? You know, you frighten them all off. Go on, admit it. And what are you going to get? Slip down to the Legion. Tatlock will be there, just about your mark, mate.
Is that all I'm getting?
It's all you're getting from me.
I don't like sardines. And once more, you know I don't like sardines.
You don't like what I give you to eat, get your own.
Didn't last long, did it? All that lovey-dovey stuff about how you're going to look after me. I'll cook for you. I'll wash your clothes for you. Oh, I'll make you a wonderful wife.
And what about you, eh? It didn't take you long to change. What about all your promises? What about the agreement we made?
I never made no...
Did we or did we not make an agreement?
Hey, just turn it down. They can hear you both all over the street.
Well, they won't hear me much longer, will they? Because I'm going out. Away from you and your nagging.
Look, love, come on, sit down. Sit yourself down.
He's not the only one who can go out.
Why didn't you leave him alone, Bert?
You heard him, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And if you hadn't have stuck your oar in, I'd have found out what it were all about, you daft devil.
But he promised, Elsie.
Oh, they do.
And he broke his promise.
Oh, they do that, no.
Do you think I did the wrong thing getting married?
Listen, in a few years' time, you'll be asking yourself what you were doing here and talking about this to me on this day. You want heaven, don't you?
Why not?
Well, that's all right, provided you know what heaven is. I'll tell you what heaven will be in a few years' time when you've got a couple of kids. It'll be your mother coming round on a Sunday and taking them off your hands so you can put your feet up.
You mean it gets worse?
I mean it gets worse.
You cheer me up, you.
What? No wonder they say women are potty. I tell you it's going to get worse and you say I'll cheer you up.
Well, you do.
Are you going to forgive him?
No, not yet. It's me you're cheering up, not him.
That's my girl. You get your priorities right. You want another drink?
No, I don't think so. I've had enough. I'm ready for off.
Me too. I think that electric blanket's calling. Good night, everybody.
Hey, you're not going yet, are you?
Yes, I am going, and by the look of you, I think you've gone.
No, come on. Just have one for the road.
No, thanks, love. I'm going home to bed, and so should you. Night.
Right, what's he gonna be then?
How about a nice cup of cocoa? Didn't get out at the Legion then. See, Big Ginger was in. Should have just done you.
Shut it, Fred. You're not even funny.
What do you want, Len?
How about you coming to my place, eh? We'll crack a bottle, shall we? There's a good horror movie on the telly.
They frighten me.
I'll be there.
That makes it worse. I'm not Rita, Len. I never will be.
Just want a bit of company, that's all. I might even hold your hand. If it's a scotch.
Hello, Len. Last orders, please. Did you enjoy your evening out?
Not a lot.
Not much fun on your own, is it? I know. I shall be making a nice warm drink as soon as we're closed. Now, you're very welcome to join me if you'd like to.
No, thank you, love. No, I've got a very heavy day on tomorrow, you know. Thanks for the offer.
Anytime.
What a load of rubbish.
Is that girl not in bed yet?
Huh? I don't know. I don't took her in, do I?
No sign of Brian, then.
No, love.
Do you know, I think this row's something important, Bert.
Get away with you.
I do. I think they're rowing over me.
You what? How about you?
Well, because, you know, these young lasses are. I mean, they make nasty remarks about the mother-in-law, and son naturally jumps to a defence.
Look, love, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I think it's summat and nowt. As a matter of fact, I think it could be over them records, that's all. A lover's tip, it'll last one night. You mark my words, that's all it is. Al Brown's going to walk in here, go upstairs, get into bed, and that'll be that.
Do you think so?
I've just said so, haven't I?
Good night.
Good night,
Good
love.
night.
What time is it?
7:30. What do you want for your breakfast?
Anything. I'm not bothered.
Morning, boss. The hell do you want?
Just thought you being on your own, you might appreciate a bit of scintillating company over your breakfast.
If you want breakfast, you go to the cafe.
Oh, that's nice, that is. Here's me, all friendly and neighbourly, and all you can think of is that I'm trying to con you out of breakfast.
Well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you could put it like that.
I am not entertaining this week.
You weren't very entertaining last week, neither.
Ah, morning. Oh, you've got a visitor.
Well, not really.
Oh, thanks. I'm just going. Enjoy your breakfast.
I just popped over to see if you'd join me in some breakfast, but I see I'm too late.
It's all right, you can join me, love. I've got some tea in the pot there, unless you don't want it strong.
Oh, no, just the job. Have you heard from Rita?
Not a dicky bird. Makes you laugh, doesn't it? Till death us do part, forever and ever, amen. They all say it, don't they? But do they mean it, do they, Al?
Yes, they do. I meant it. At the time.
What, every time?
Yeah, I did.
You want a jambutti?
No thanks, I'll get about at work. You know, I was just thinking. I sat here talking to you when your first wife left you.
Nellie, yeah.
How long
Bless
ago
her.
was that?
Well, it must be 1962, yeah. Because it was 1963 the divorce came through.
Blimey, O'Reilly. As long ago as that. Then what is it with us?
And not wrong with us, it's the others. I think we've got a gift for being bad pickers.
Oh, well, listen to us. I come round to cheer you up, and here we are.
Oh, I'm all right.
Oh, look, let me tidy up for you a bit.
Oh,
will you?
leave it, I'll manage.
Are you managing at the cabin as well?
You bet your life. I've got a new assistant starting today.
Oh, don't say you've had the wrong papers delivered again, Mrs. Walker. Oh, I am
Now, I am prepared to make reasonable allowances in view of your difficulties, but it is getting to be ridiculous.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, Mrs.
I
Walker.
have come myself to bring these back in person because I want to cancel my paper order. Now, I told Fred to warn you that this might happen if there was no improvement.
Oh, don't cancel your order, Mrs. Walker. I'll try and
I
make...
take the lady, as you know. I have no interest whatever in true romances, in Jackie, or in any of these. I also like to keep abreast of the news, if you will pardon the expression, and not, and I think you know exactly what I mean.
It won't happen again, Mrs. Walker. I've got some help starting today.
And not before time. Well, that'll be a big relief to you.
Oh, well, it isn't. I mean, she's not my type, if you know what I mean.
Well, why do you engage her if you don't like her?
Oh, Mr. Fairclough came in when I was interviewing, and he told her to start today just like that, without even consulting me. Well, I suppose it'll be all right when we get to know each other. Expect I'm worrying about nothing like I usually do.
Mavis, you are in charge, and as long as she understands that, there can be no difficulty whatsoever, which is the way I treat my staff.
Well, I'll try and remember that, Mrs. Walker. Do you still want to cancel your papers?
No, dear, but let there be just one more semi-nude female smirking at me from my breakfast table, and it will be vengeance in future.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not late, am I?
Well, it's...
Where do I put this?
I'll take it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's pokey than I remembered. Still, I suppose it's probably... Well, I suppose the word's disorganised, really. I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you don't seem to have much of a system.
Well, perhaps I've let things slip a bit while I've been on my own.
Oh, not to worry. I've got one or two little plans maturing already. Tips I picked up from my previous positions. Experience is all, that's what I say. Don't you agree?
Oh, yes.
What do you want me to do first? Tell you what, I'll go and serve her, and you put the kettle on, eh? I'm dying for a cup of tea. Yes, can I help you? That's just 91, please, thanks. Have you got the one? I can give you 10. Thanks, love. So, bye. Is it raining out? Oh, I'm in the door. I can't find my umbrella. I must have left it somewhere. Well, you're only going down the street. Well, I don't want to get my hair wet, do I? It's not like standing in a shop, you know, being a bar hostess. We're expected to look as though we'd been got up for a ball. So what happened this morning? You cheeky cow. Give us a packet of fags, love, while I remember. Yeah? Ta. Chalk it up on my slate, will you?
All right.
Sit down, love.
Ta-ra. Alf?
Yes, love?
Can I come here a minute?
What's to do?
Do you know how much better owes us for fags? It's over 20 quid.
Well, what do you let her run a bill like that up for?
Me? What about you?
Well, I didn't know.
Liar.
I didn't. 20 quid? You're too soft with her.
Hang on. You've given her more tick than I have. Most of this dates back, you know, from when I were away. Something funny went on then, if you ask me.
I thought we'd settled all that. I thought we'd had it all out.
You might think we did.
Look, all you have to do, make a bill out. When she comes back, give it to her.
Why me give her bill? Why don't you make out bill?
Hey, it's you that's bothered about 20 quid, isn't it?
You've given her more tick than me. You give her the bill.
You know whose name's over that door, don't you? Yours, not mine. You give her the bill.
Oh. Hello, love. I'm just nipping round to Chippy. Can I get you anything?
Oh, no, thanks. I've had some dinner.
All right, love.
Hey, Brian. Look, come on. What's all this between you and Gail?
Oh, it's nothing, Dad. Not important.
Well, can I help at all, son?
It's nothing, Dad, I've said.
Yeah, but listen, these things have a habit of becoming important. They want nipping in the bud, you know what I mean? You mustn't let a quarrel fester, son.
Look, Dad, I don't want to talk about it. It's something now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put me on in myself, only it's your mum. She's worried about you. You know what she's like. Look, is it something you want to talk to me about? Man to man, like? Something that you wouldn't want to talk to your mum about?
You got all the wrong end of the stick. It's nothing like that.
Well, what is it, then?
Well, it's daft, really. It's just a stupid tip about money, that's all.
Money? What, you mean Gail's not satisfied with what you're earning?
Oh, look, Dad, we settle this in our own way and our own time. So I'd be glad if you and Mum wouldn't interfere, all right?
Yeah. It's all right by me. It won't be all right for your mother. No way.
If someone had told me 2 days ago I'd be working in a newsagent's, I'd have laughed at them.
Would you?
What I really wanted was a job in a little dress shop somewhere. You know, with a nice select clientele. But there aren't so many about now, are there? It's all big stores and boutiques.
Would you mind passing me them boxes?
What you really need here is a little post office. You'd be like then a civil servant, wouldn't you?
Don't you think we have enough to do?
Oh, I could like that. Do you mind if I mention it to Mr. Fairclough?
Well, you mention it, but don't think he'd be interested. He's got enough on his plate.
Oh, he might be interested in new ideas, a fresh approach.
Packing of my cigars, please, darling.
Oh, now, we just had a few of them left. I thought I'd put them somewhere for Mr. Baldwin, but where? Oh, dear, do you know, I'd lose my head if it were loose.
Are these them by any chance?
Those are they?
A place for everything and everything in its place. Makes life a lot easier. Don't you agree, Mr.
Baldwin. Mike Baldwin.
Doreen? Doreen Lovely.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Similar?
Helping Mavis out, eh?
Oh, I hope to do more than that.
Oh,
Much
dear.
more.
I'll see you again then.
I hope so.
Oh, try, Mavis.
Bye.
Nice man. What's he do?
He has a factory, a clothing factory.
Is he married?
No, he's not, Mrs. Lovell. Now, do you think you could get on sorting them records out in the back?
It's a pretty grotty stock you've got, isn't it? Oh, they're not bad lads, you know. Even if they are always hungry and cheeky with it. Especially the HGVs.
HGVs? What on earth are they?
Heavy goods vehicles. They've got a lingo all their own, them lads.
Really? Excuse me, would you?
I like cheeky fellas, Min. I've no patience with the shy ones anymore. They're in time, isn't it?
No, you could say that again. Do you know one of them offered to take me all the way to Edinburgh, give me a good night out on the town, bring me back, and all I did was serve him with triple egg and chips.
Any more like him, send them round here. I keep an overnight backpack permanently. Oh, talking of heavy goods vehicles.
Give us a fine, love. What about you, darling?
Well, I could do permanent damage to another one of them, but I'm sorry I can't. I haven't got time. I've got to get back to work. Thank you all the same.
Well, you might believe it, but I don't. Unless there's something you haven't told me about.
Look, I've said, that's all there is.
What, a row over flaming money? Don't give me that, Bert. A young lad don't sleep on his own for the sake of a few quid. No, there's something else. There must be.
Look, I know when our Brian's telling the truth, don't I? Hells bells, I ought to, but now. I mean, that's everything. That's it.
You know, you got me thinking this morning.
Oh, aye.
You know what you were saying about us having a lot in common? Do you reckon if we'd have got wed all that time ago, we might have made a go of it?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately myself. You know what they say?
It's never too late. See you.
Large Scotch, please, Fred. And don't pull the glass away too quick. The last dozen drops of the tastiest.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you get on last night, then? Get accommodated, did you?
Wasn't my day.
Nah, no, mine. So that's the way it goes, isn't it? You win a couple, you lose a couple.
Not winning many at all these days, eh, Fairclough? What do you mean? Well, that Lynch. What about her?
Well, you were there trying to chat her up, weren't you?
Who?
Oh, don't do that. I was standing there last night.
Rubbish!
Oh,
He's talking rubbish.
You could do a lot worse there, I tell you.
Well, I don't get it. If it were money, she must have been overspending. He's a careful lad, our Brian. He's not going to take kindly to her wasting his brass, is he?
Oh, come on. Have you seen her overspending? Well, have you?
Well, she can spend her money on all sorts of things. Makeup, for instance. Have you any idea what one of them little bottles costs? No, of course you haven't. Wouldn't surprise me if you hadn't ticked her off and she's took off. Only been wet 2 months and she's locked bedroom door already.
Oh, and how do you know it was her?
Well, of course it was her. Good.
Look,
why
it's
else
their problem, innit? So why don't you just leave it?
Bert, if you're suggesting that we just sit by watching that poor lad suffer, you've got another thing coming. You might, but I flaming well won't. I've kept quiet long enough.
Evening papers, one.
Oh, evening papers already.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Find them interesting, do you? Those magazines.
Oh, I can take 'em or leave 'em, you know.
Then you won't be buying one.
Buying one? Do me a favour, I'm only browsing. All right, mate.
The public library, the place for that. Not here. This is a business.
Listen, I'm a very good customer here, you.
Prove it.
Yeah, well, it just so happens I don't want anything at the moment, you know.
Then we'll be delighted to see you when you do.
In other words, on your bike. You got a right one here, Mavis. What were you doing before? Traffic warden?
I can do without his sort, that's for sure.
Excuse me, Doreen. Did you mean what you said about wanting to work in a dress shop?
Chance would be a fine thing.
No, there's an advert here for a gown shop in the precinct. They want an assistant.
Just my luck. There'll be a queue a mile long for it.
Well, I don't see why. I mean, very few people can have the paper before us.
I suppose not. But I've got this job now, haven't I?
Yes, but I mean, if that's what you really want, why don't you give him a ring and see?
All right. It'll be engaged, you'll see. Oh, hello. I'm inquiring about that job you're advertising. Yes, I've had a very wide experience in the fashion trade. When? This after... What time? Right. See you then. You sure it's all right? Supposing I get it.
Well, that's just tough luck on me. I'm not one to stand in a person's way.
Oh, I'm worn out.
Flaming heck, I forgot to get cheese.
Been on my feet all day.
Likes a bit of cheese, how are Brian?
It's twice as hard in that cafe as it ever was at Dawson's. Cooking and serving. I've never stopped.
I thought you liked it.
Do. Still hard work.
Well, you want to be asking for a rise then.
Oh, I don't do too bad. The tips are very good.
Yeah. What are you spending it all on?
Spending it? How do you mean?
Well, isn't that what you and our Brian's rowing over? You're overspending.
Is that what he told you?
He's told me not. I've not talked to him about it.
What gives you that idea?
Well, I just heard like that you've been rowing over money.
Who from? Brian?
Well, yes, from Brian, if you must know. Yes.
Have you been telling tales to your mother?
Hey?
Have you been telling her I've overspending?
Of course I haven't.
Well, what's she blaming me for?
Hey, come on, what's going on?
Well, didn't you tell your dad that you and her was squabbling over money?
Yes, but I didn't say anything about Gail overspending.
Well, what were it then? What did you say?
Well, it was me overspending, if you must know, not Gail.
Oh, come on. What did you do that was so bad?
I took 10 quid from the money we were saving and bought a couple of new records.
And you locked him out of the bedroom for a measly 10 quid?
She didn't lock me out of the bedroom. I walked out because she was nagging me, just like you're doing.
Satisfied?
Well, surprised at you so. Fratching over a silly thing like that. You and your heads banged together, both of you. I'll just go and get that cheese.
I weren't nagging you.
Not half you weren't.
We made an agreement. We were going to save every penny till we had enough for a deposit on a house, and you go spending it like we're still single.
10 lousy quid, hell's bells.
And a couple of records, that's the first thing we can do without...
Oh, shut up, will you? You think I'd spent everything we had?
I won't shut up. I want us to have our own place.
Look, Gail, I've done everything to make us comfortable here. They bought us a new bed, decorated the bedroom, everything. I mean, what's the rush? I can't spend a few lousy quid when I feel like it.
You promised, didn't you? It's the principle.
All right, pipe down. Don't keep on about it. God, I hate them to see us rowing.
Don't you think I do?
Oh, Bet, love, Alf would like a word. Wouldn't you, love?
Hey? Oh, yes, we've been looking at your cigarette account, you see, and, well, not just yours, like, and, well, anyway, it's beginning to mount up, you know, and I thought we'd better mention it before it gets, like, out of proportion.
Sure, how much is it?
Well, it's over 20 quid.
It's 21.40 to be exact.
You what? It can't be.
Have a look at book.
Nay, I'm not doubting boot, love. But you'd no business letting it get that high. I had no idea.
Oh, now, be fair. I mean, you just take them, don't you? Say, put it in book, and then it's gone.
All up in smoke. Well, I'll tell you what, Alf. I'll give you a £5 on account when I get back from work. I need another packet now. Just chalk it up on my slate, will you, while you've got that book out. Sit down, lovers.
Sorry to have been so long.
Well, it's nearly closing time.
You'll never believe this. They offered me the job.
Did they?
But I haven't actually taken it.
Why?
Well, I've only been here a day, and it's obvious you can't cope.
Oh, well, I mean, I appreciate you thinking of me. I do, honestly, but... Well, if you ask me, I think it was fate.
Fate?
Yes, I mean, me seeing the advert and you wanting a job in a dress shop. Well, I mean, you can't go against fate, can you? Even if I have to suffer.
You know, you're a very unselfish person.
Thank you.
What about Mr. Fairclough?
Oh, I'll just tell him he found a more suitable job.
Right, I'll go back and sack and have it. Hey, when can I have my pay for today?
Oh, Friday.
One thing I regret. I could have done things with this place. Tra.
Bye.
The nights are long, and we're alone. The fires glow, it keeps us warm. And I reach out to touch your face.
Silly falling out, weren't it?
The moon lights up our first embrace.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? You'd like it.
Been awful this last couple of days.
Yeah, I missed you, you know.
I missed you.
It's uncomfortable on that sofa.
I tell you what, don't ever sleep there again, ever. I'm sorry I got annoyed over a couple of records. I was being selfish.
No, you were dead right. We'll never save up for a house if I keep blowing it without thinking, will we?
Well, I'm sorry I went on at you.
I'm sorry I walked out on you like that.
I'm not used to sleeping in a big bed all on my own. You won't do it again, will you?
Everyone reckons it's worth falling out once in a while, just for the fun of making up.
When does the fun begin?
Pint of Wallace, please.
Certainly. I'm not wrong, am I?
It's nice to be remembered.
Don't you remember? It's Rita's uncle he gave her away at wedding.
Yeah, I thought the face was familiar.
Sam Littlewood, will you have one with me?
Not just now, thank you very much.
Hey, I'll have a gin and tonic for old time's sake. Didn't we have some fun that night, do you remember?
Never forget it.
You live Blackburn way, don't you?
No, Blackpool now. Just retired, you know.
Come to see Rita, have you?
No, to see Len, actually, on a bit of business. I've just been round to the house, but there's nobody there. I thought he might be in here.
Haven't seen him tonight. Have you seen Rita recently?
We don't keep in touch as much as we should.
Hasn't been in here for quite a while. I think it must be over a month, don't you, Bet?
Oh, easy, that.
That right?
Rather strange, really, isn't it?
Well, I'll have a couple here and then I'll go round again and see if he's come back.
He might pop in yet. Cheers, Sam.
Cheers, love.
It's not a social call. All the way from Blackpool. I suppose Rita sent him. Well, he didn't say so. I can tell when a man's hiding something. Oh, he looks happy enough to me.
Yeah, they've gone to bed.
Oh, how do?
Hey, what are you doing in dark, Dad? Where's my mum?
She's gone to bed. Well, so were you?
Are you sleeping down here now?
You've, not had a row, have you?
Yeah, we've had a bit of a tiff. Over you two, as a matter of fact. Well, she's still blaming me over the row that I'm supposed to have caused with you two, something I never said. Anyway, where have you been? Have you made it up?
Yeah, of course we have.
We've been for a walk to celebrate.
A walk? Well, hell's bells, couldn't you think about better?
Oh, we're saving up, aren't we?
Oh,
Are you, gonna sleep down here all night then, or what?
Oh, my heckers, like I'm not daft, I'm off to my bed. Hey, to tell you the truth, I'm glad you've made it up. Because I was only bagging down there just so that you couldn't have the sofa. Good night, kids. God bless.
Good night.
Hello, son. What are you doing here? Come in, mate. Come in. I just got a few in. Have a drink.
Thanks, Len.
What brings you here, then?
I think you can guess.
Rita.
She's with me.
Here?
No, in Blackpool.
She sent you?
Sent me? She'd murder me if she knew I was here. She told me not to let on where she was on any account. She reckons she never wants to set eyes on you again.
What are you doing here, then?
She's very unhappy, Len.
I'm not exactly over the moon myself.
I can see that. Anyway, I've just come to say I think it's up to you to fetch her back here, where she belongs.
She walked out on me. She knows where to live if she wants to come back. There's the door.
She won't do that, Len.
And she can stay where she is, can't she?
Come on, Len. You're a bigger man than that. I'm telling you. I'm certain she'd come.
She walked out on me.
Well, you know where to find her in case you change your mind. That's what I've come for, so as you'd know where she was. Thanks for the drink.
You're welcome.
I'm very disappointed in you, Len. Very disappointed.
You know, I woke up this morning, I thought kippers. When on holiday in digs, like, you always got a choice, you know, but there's always kippers. When did we last have kippers?
When did we last have holiday?
Oh, once. What are you doing?
Looking at myself.
What for?
I think I was 14 when I first decided my face didn't suit me.
What's wrong with it?
Weren't much cop then. But being fed up and wore out on the wrong side of 50 hadn't done a lot to improve it.
We'll do something about it. Let's have fried eggs and fried bread.
What do you mean, do something about it? Like what, for instance? Head transplant?
Well, you women can. It's always in papers. A new hairdo or new eyeshadow or lipstick. Any guns like that, you know.
Do you know, I'd love to be beautiful. Just for about 24 hours to see what it were like. Oh, you're not interested, are you?
I don't know what all the fuss is about, all of a sudden.
It's not all of a sudden. It's been simmering up for years. Just gets worse at the beginning of spring, that's all.
Hey?
No, you don't get it, do you? That's 'cause you haven't got no soul.
Of course I've got a soul.
How do you know?
'Cause I'm hungry.
You do pick the choicest moments, don't you?
What time have you got to be in?
8:30, Evan, help me.
I'll give you a lift in then, eh?
Well, it's only a cock stride away, isn't
I'll
it?
save you a couple of minutes, won't it? Besides, it's freezing out there.
Yeah, you can say that again. Roll on summer, all 2 days of it. Well, what did he have to say?
Who?
Ooh, don't roll them big blue eyes at me, boy. Rita's Uncle Sammy, that's so. And I haven't been flying around on my broomstick or polishing up my crystal ball. Just happened to be in the Rovers when he came in.
Well, he said it had nothing to do with Rita.
No, of course it. Don't look so worried. He's a much more cuter customer than that. And I didn't fall off a flitting. I can put 2 and 2 together as well as the next.
Better.
So, he knows where she is.
Yes, he knows. Yeah.
Len, if you have to come round here in the most impossible time in the morning to ask my advice, please don't make it like pulling hen's teeth out to get a bit of information out of you.
Who said I wanted advice?
Well, that's all you ever come round for, isn't it?
She is in Blackpool. She's staying with him.
Oh, did he send her then?
No. She'd be livid if she knew. She asked him not to mention it.
Well, why did he then?
Well, he seemed to think that we'd be better off together than apart.
Oh. And what did you say to that? Mind your own business?
He was doing it only for the best.
Hooray! I should have thought you'd have given him a thump in the teeth for that.
Elsie.
Well, what do you expect me to do? You've been so pig-headed about every other aspect of this. Why should you be any different now?
Because I'm fed up and I'm chocker.
And lonely?
Yeah.
And missing her?
Yeah. She's not flaming missing me, though, is she? Oh, I know I could go round to Blackpool and see her, but by the same token, she could come here, couldn't she? I mean, it's no mystery where I am.
Oh, so that's what it sticks at, is it? Flaming male ego.
You know there's more to it than that.
I tell you what I do know. If I'm not in work 5 minutes to go and get the flaming sack now, are you going to give me a lift, or aren't you?
Yeah, sure, but look, Elsie.
Look, Chuck, you don't want my advice. You just want to use me as a sounding board, that's all. Whatever I say, you'll do what you want, whether or not, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah. I wonder what the hell it'll be, though.
Right, the left. These flipping crates get heavy.
You want to get a bit of that weight off you, then?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a pretty fit man for my age.
So what are you puffing like a steam engine for?
Well, we all slow down a bit as we get older. Just ask your Stanley.
Oh, well, he's got his back.
Oh, I know. That handy all-purpose glass back of his. Best excuse for signing on since the dole, that's.
Well, at least he's still got all his hair.
Bit bald on top, I may be, bit podgy down the middle, but at least I don't have to rely on a woman to keep a roof over my head.
Well, no, does Stan?
All right. When has he ever supported you, love, from the day you were wed?
Now, Luke, your late wife used to go out to work, didn't she?
Yes, she did. But I was responsible for all the bills, Hilda, weren't I? All she got was, well, she paid for herself little bits and bobs. New frocks, hairdos, things like that, and that's how it should be in my book.
Yeah, well, me and Stan have had bad luck.
You make your own luck in this world, love. Now, it's no good. When has he ever forced you to be #1 mug?
Stan works. He's got his wind around.
Oh, it must be a right little gold mine, that wind around. How come it was that you were running around like a demented hen to get the money together to go on that French trip, eh?
That's none of your flaming business.
It is my business, love. Oh, it is. When you were away, he conned me out of £3, didn't he? Conning. That's all your Stan does. Not working. Conning.
I don't have to listen to a big bladder lad like you calling my husband.
Oh, you pathetic love. He doesn't give a damn.
That's a lie and all. Only this morning he was saying I should, well, have a perm or something and spend a bit of money on myself.
I'll tell you what, Hilda. When you have that perm, I should just ask your Stanley, what you would rather have, eh? Either give him a boozy night out or you have that perm. Go on, just ask him and see what he says. I know what he'll say. What are you doing now?
I'm off.
Why, you haven't finished cleaning up yet?
And I'm not going to, neither.
Oh, give over, Hilda. Betty will be here soon. You know what she's like when Mrs. Walker leaves her in charge.
Well, if you're that bothered, you do it, Mr. G. I'm sure you'll be able to manage it, seeing as you're so flaming perfect.
Well, it has dwindled a bit. I'll have to wait a bit longer for that fur coat I promised myself.
I'm only shopping for 1 now instead of 3. It makes a difference.
They'll not become long, though, will they?
No, Deirdre didn't say. She didn't really know. Depends on how she feels, I suppose. There's nothing to stop her staying there indefinitely. Her mother's got the room.
Well, she wouldn't do that, would she?
Well, she gets on all right with Blanche, you know. I like Blanche myself.
Oh, I know you do. Still, all the friends are here, aren't they? Who does she know down there?
Well, maybe that's what she needs. New friends, new horizons.
They'll be back, you'll see. It's one thing visiting your mother, it's quite another taking up permanent residence. Those two are far too much alike to live out of one another's pockets.
Oh, I try not to be selfish. It's whatever's best for Deirdre, isn't it? And Tracy, of course. Oh, she's such a little love. The things she comes out with. I didn't realise how quiet the house would be without her voice chattering on. She sings along with the wireless, you know, all the pop songs. Well, her version of the...
Morning, Emily.
Morning, Kenneth.
You well?
Yes, thank you.
You doing anything in the lunch hour?
No, why?
Well, I thought I might like to buy you a drink and have a chat.
Do you want to come to the house?
No, it's nothing important. Do you good to get out and about anyway, won't it? About 1-ish.
Hello.
Hey, here's another one cooking for himself. Oh, give up. We all know he's on his top. What's the use of pretending otherwise? Am I right?
Ah, you're not wrong.
No news then?
Well, if you tune in at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm sure Anna Ford will have plenty for you.
Left? What do you mean she's left?
Well, I mean, she just took her out and that was it.
Well, what did she say? I mean, did she actually hand in a notice?
Well, no, not really. But...
Oh, Fred, you're hopeless. I'll leave you on your own for half an hour and you... Hey, what did you say to her?
Well, now...
Out? To get her to storm out in the middle of cleaning?
Well, I were only repeating what she keeps saying herself.
Go on.
Well, about her Stan, about him being a big idle lump and how he's always taking advantage of her and... Well, what a mug that he's making of her.
And you said that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Betty, she's always calling him.
Look, she's entitled to, isn't she? She is his wife. Oh, Fred, I always thought you were thick, but not that thick. Look, Hilda knows what Stan's like, and she doesn't need you or anybody else to rub her nose into it. What else did you say to her?
Nothing. Well, it was just that when she came in, she were dead chuffed about saving up for this new posh hairdo and perm or something.
Yeah,
you know?
and you said?
Well, I just said how their Stan would sooner spend it on ale. Well, he would.
It's not the point, is it?
Well, it's just that I were on her side. I can't help feeling sorry for her, Betty.
Well, get going round there and apologise.
Apologise? Oh, I've done nought.
You'll be doing plenty if you don't get her back here sharpish. I mean, those loos out there, they need cleaning, you know. They've not been done today.
No, I'm not starting that. If she can fly off the handle every time I look into the wrong road, I'll be on my bended knees every 5 minutes of the day. I've said nothing, Betty, that she hasn't said herself 100 times before. How were I to know she was going to take the flipping off? There's one thing I can't stand, it's flaming temperamental women.
So you're not going?
Oh, no. No way.
Oh, Chuck. Oh, I'm that glad you're back. I've had an horrible morning.
Aye, and so have I.
I mean, I can take insults. Goodness knows I've been taking them all my life. But this morning, some would just snap. Just like that. Snap.
One thing on top of another. And then I get this message.
I mean, there's some things come before money, and pride is one of them. I wouldn't care but a great big bladder of lard like him. What message?
I'm doing winters in Chapel Yard, and this Mrs. Lennox comes out, you know, number 4. What do you mean some things are better than money? What's happened?
Well, I've left my job at the Rovers. I'm sorry, Stan, I can only take so much. I mean, I'm not a dish rag for life to wipe its hands on as it chooses.
Oh, heck.
Why, what's up with you? Don't tell me you fell in it and all.
I might have.
You might have. Well, don't you know? What was this message?
A note from a solicitor.
Solicitor?
Aye. Been looking for me for weeks, apparently, and I've got to report to him as soon as possible.
Solicitor?
Yeah.
The law, you mean? Oh, Stanley, what have you done now? Well?
Well, what?
Have you thought yet? I mean, Mrs. Walker's back the day after tomorrow, you know.
Oh, I'll have it fixed up by then, no danger.
Oh, who with?
Oh, there's lots of women who like a job here. I'll get a card and put it in the cabin.
Look, Hilda may be useless, but she is trustworthy, and Mrs. Walker knows her. Well, she needs the money.
Well, it's up to her then, isn't it? She only has to come and say it.
What's wrong with you going and saying? Oh, all right. Don't start that again. Oh, I'm fed up. I'll say this for you, Fred. You have certainly got a gift for upsetting women. Oh.
Are you going over there?
No.
You're a pig-headed devil, you.
No more so than the one I married.
So that's it, is it? That's the end of the road, the end of the marriage.
Well, it's like they say in the song. I'm taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, hoping she'll back down first. Ah, heck.
What's up, Chuck?
Oh, there's some stupid, obstinate people in this world.
I agree with you there, lovey. Most of them are around here.
Listen.
Could I have a tomato juice and a lager, please, Fred?
Yeah, I'll fetch your mother.
Oh, thanks. You sure you wouldn't like something in it? A small vodka or something?
Oh, no, thank you. Not at this time of day. Not that I'm a vodka drinker at any time of day.
Look, Emily, I know you're upset about what thanks, Fred. Okay. I know you're upset about what happened, and, well, I want to try to clear the air a bit.
Oh, you don't owe me any explanations, Ken.
Rubbish. You've become as close to Deirdre these last few months as anybody, and I know how concerned you were about her.
And about you.
I know.
All I wanted was for you both to be happy. You've been through so much.
You know, I think that's probably the reason in the final analysis.
Reason?
Why I ran, which is exactly what I did do when it came to the crunch. I don't know, maybe Maybe I'm just not very good when it comes to close relationships. I mean, when you've made a mistake once, you get a bit frightened of commitment.
You don't have to take all the blame.
No, but the onus was on me, wasn't it?
To ask the question, yes, but the decision would have been a joint one. Did you discuss it with her?
No.
You might have found she was just as frightened.
And is that a good enough reason for not trying? That we were both frightened of being hurt, of hurting each other?
Oh, that I don't know, Ken. If you'd loved each other enough, been understanding enough, it might have worked. But, yes, of course, there's a risk, always. And in your case, I do see how painful it could have been if it had all gone wrong again. No one could tell you you should have tried. Who'd take that responsibility?
What you mean is now we'll never know.
Well, that's up to you, isn't it?
Deirdre and I reached a point and passed it. Does it make any sense if I say I hope we can always be friends?
Didn't make sense any other way.
Come clean, Stan. What have you been doing? Nicking undies off washing lines, is it? Or is it the old peeping Tom routine, or should I say peeping Stanley?
Give over your trid, I've done nought.
The Lord don't come after you for doing nothing, Stanley.
Look, I've told you, it's not the police, it's solicitors.
Still the law, same thing.
Of course it isn't. Now, look, there's only one thing to do, isn't there?
What's that?
Well, you've got the name of the firm.
Yeah.
Right, well, you go and see them then and find out what they want you for. No sense putting it off.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Oh, we can't do that.
Well, I say we should.
But suppose it's bad news.
Why should it be bad news?
Oh, 'cause it's always bad news in this house. It's the only kind that ever finds its way here, like a flaming homing pigeon.
Where you going? I've not made dinner.
Never mind your rotten dinner. Whatever it is, I'll not sleep until I know. Now, you get yourself down to the phone box and make an appointment to see that solicitor. Meanwhile, I'm going to fix myself up with another job.
Oh, you shouldn't have no problem there, Duchess. There's lots of private houses looking for cleaners. You want to find yourself a nice, centrally heated modern pad with all the labour-saving devices and that.
Oh, no, I'm not going back to cleaning. No, I'm moving up the ladder this time. I've got something a bit different in mind. And here, shape you. When I get back, I want that appointment made.
All right, I'll do it. Hey, have we got a bob for the phone?
Yeah.
Egg, beans and chips twice, tea, bread and butter, I'll get that.
Right, that's a good girl.
Is it self-service or what?
Oh, what? If you want to give me your order while you're here, you'll save me little tupsies.
I'll have egg, beans and chips. And what you doing with your knock off?
Going home to make my husband's tea.
I'll just have to settle for egg, beans and chips then.
I take it you two are all lovey-dovey again, then, eh?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, early edition. Give us a quick look at the back page, eh? Sure. Cheers. Don't know why I bother. From round here?
You could say that. I own the place.
Great. It's my first run to these parts. I'm looking for digs. Any ideas?
Well, you could ask a couple of the chaps there, or Elsie. Elsie, do you know of any good digs going round here?
Chuck.
Decent digs I ever had were at your place.
You do B&B, do you?
No, I don't.
She just said...
Yeah, I had 2 lodgers, permanent ones, that's all.
Only want the one night.
Come on, Elsie, help the lad out. He's a stranger in these parts. You know what they say about northern hospitality?
You trying to land me in it?
That's right. Well, he's a decent fellow. Why not?
Yeah, why not? It'll be company for you. You're always saying the house is empty without me and Susie.
Look, will you take these beans, chips and egg to where they belong and keep your tiny little nose out of my business, and what's more, keep your tiny little mouth shut. Go on. Mr. Sedgwick, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Could I have a word?
Yeah, all right. You want to sit down?
What do you say then? I'm honest, decent, house trained, great to have around. Any wee job you want doing, plugs, mending, furniture shifting, I'm your boy. How about Elsie?
Now look, I'm busy. Stop your mithering. I'll think about it. I hear you're wanting a waitress.
I can't think where you've heard that, love.
Well, more that you're short-staffed, like.
Well, not exactly.
I mean, the staff you've got can't cope. You could do with another pair of hands.
Well, it's only for the odd half hour we got a rush on. I can't really justify taking somebody else out on that basis. Wouldn't pay me.
Oh.
Besides, Mrs. Tanner and young girl cope quite well. Thanks all the same.
But what about a cleaner?
But what about it?
Well, do you need one?
No, not just at the moment. Excuse me, love.
OK, what can I get you, Hilda?
Ouch. Unless you got a slice of humble pie going.
Oh, like that, is it?
Seems like it, yeah. Oh, well. Better the devil you know, I suppose, even if I do have to climb down a bit. I don't know, I must have a talent for summit. If it's only getting myself in trouble.
Yeah, all right.
You'll do it.
Well, it's true what they say about dripping water, innit?
Look, I had to nag you, Fred, else you never would have budged.
Yeah, but it sticks in my craw having to apologise for something I've not done.
Look, you reckon you didn't offend her. She reckons you did. I don't care one way or the other as long as things get back to normal for, you know, when Mrs. Walker gets back.
All right. I'll see to it, Betty. Leave it to me.
You promise?
What do you want it, in blood?
Take your coat off. If you want to wash up the bathrooms upstairs, I'll put the kettle on.
Very grateful to you, Mrs. Tanner. I mean that.
What's with this Mrs. Tanner? It was Elsie in the cafe.
Just an act, that, innit?
Oh, I see. Just being cocky, were you?
Elsie put on a bit of a show. The other lads sends you up something rotten.
Is that why you wanted to come here?
Yeah. I don't want to go where the others hang out. I'm a bit of a loner, I suppose. That's why I like the job.
All those long hours on the road.
Gives you time to think.
What do you think about?
What I'm going to do with all my money when I'm rich.
Oh, well, when you are, remember the kind-hearted old lady that took you in when you were poor, will you?
That girl in the cafe, we all used to live with you.
Yeah, she did before she was married. There was two of them. Those were the days, my lad.
Too late in the scene as usual, McAllister. Is the other one pretty as well?
Ooh, she would have chewed you up and spit out the pits, lad. Be very glad that you would have got me to cope with. Hello.
Postman brought this, love. I said I will give it to you.
Oh, I know what that is. That's one of my best blouses that just accidentally happened to get into Susie's packing when she went.
Oh, how do you do?
Hello there.
Oh, this is, talking of Susie, this is Ian, my latest.
Latest what?
Lodger, of course.
Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. It'll be comely for you.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yes, well, I suppose I'll see you around. I have the corner shop, Rennie Roberts.
Ian McAllister.
Good, well, I better be going. Bye, see you.
Did you not tell her I was only here for the one night? She thinks I'm your next permanent lodger.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
I'm beginning to think you're rather a wicked woman, Mrs. T.
Now, I'm not stopping long, because I want to iron my frock before I go to bed.
They won't see your frock. You won't take your coat off.
I might. Any road gives me more confidence knowing I'm neat and tidy underneath, even if the frock is 6 years old.
Hey, what time's the appointment, Stan?
11 o'clock.
Ah, well, eat, drink and be merry for tomorrow week. Yeah, well, it might just be good news.
Hilda?
Oh, yes?
It's about that new perm you were having, love.
What about it?
Well, I got the name of a good hairdresser. I got it from Alice Cowgill up at the Flying Horse there. Her daughter, she goes there, you know, and she won through to the holiday camp finals last year.
Oh, well, I'll make a note of it. How's your back?
My back.
Well, I thought you might have ricked it. You know, you have to be very careful carrying them heavy crates.
Oh, survive. You do, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Only, tomorrow, you see, I was thinking of trying out a different system. I'm rearranging all the bottled stuff.
Oh. Oh, well, them shelves will just need a good wiping over. Be a good opportunity to do them.
That's what I was thinking, Hilda.
Yes, well, I'll make an early start then. Mind you, I shall have to leave early because me and Stan have got a business appointment in town.
No problem. No problem at all, eh, Betty?
No, none at all. Ah, there you are. That wasn't so difficult, was it?
What wasn't?
Apologising.
Who's apologised?
I've been looking for you.
Yeah, well, I've been out. I had a couple of bevies. I thought you were back in Big Dipper land.
I had a bit of business to do and then I'm off home. But I thought I'd like another crack at you before I go.
Why?
Because Rita's my niece and I happen to be very fond of her. I don't like seeing her unhappy. And I don't like her working in that awful laundrette. That's not her style.
Is that where she is now?
Yes. This is the address if you want it. Look, I don't like the ins and outs so far. Particularly the fact that you hit her. And I'm keeping out of that side of it. That's up to you to sort that out. But if she's too proud to come to you, would it kill you to go and see her, would it?
I'm in no state to drive tonight.
I can give you a lift.
No. No, I'll get over there first thing in the morning. I better get the van out if I'm going to pick her up.
Good night, Len.
Night.
Come on, putting your breakfast on the table. Time you're out of that bath. You're pretty enough by now. Come on, I'm pouring your tea out.
Yeah. Don't know why I use this stuff. It stings like mad.
Yeah, well, that's the price you fellas pay for being pretty. Come on, sit down and eat it while it's hot.
This looks great.
Aye, and there's toast and marmalade to follow. You know, I didn't like the idea of you going all that way with a heavy load to Glasgow and not having something inside you. You know, I had a thought. It did cross my mind, you being a Scotty, I might give you porridge. But mind you, it didn't linger long. If there's anything I hate, it's cleaning dirty pans out after porridge.
This is terrific.
Oh, yeah, well, I like to see a fella eat hearty breakfast. Not that I often do. See a fella eat breakfast, I mean, hearty or otherwise. No, you're my first lodger, and I reckon you'll be my last.
I haven't been a nuisance, have I?
Oh, no, you've been a model lodger. I mean, you haven't had any funny turns during the night. I mean, you haven't fallen down the stairs, and you haven't got any 3 girls stored in your bedroom. At least I don't think you have. I haven't looked under the bed yet.
They're in the wardrobe.
No, it's nice to see another human face at breakfast time. Mind you, I don't think I'm cut out to be the landlady type.
You'd make a fortune, especially doing breakfast like this. I could recommend you.
Nah, don't bother.
Hey, up. Hey, Len, can you have a look at our guttering sometime? It's beginning to drift.
Yeah, will it do tomorrow?
Yeah, I suppose so. Why, are you busy?
Well, I've got a lot of jobs on all day today.
Just like that?
Well, between you and me, I'm going to Blackpool.
So what do you want to go there for this time of year?
Rita's there.
Oh, see, well, I wish you good luck, then.
Now, come on, Stan, it's time you was moving. There's a clean shirt on the bed and put your best suit on and all.
What the heck for?
Because you're going to see a solicitor, aren't you? So you've got to look decent.
I've been thinking about that.
You're going. Now, you find out what they're after and you put a stop to it.
Morning, all.
Oh, look, we can't do with you under us feet this morning, Eddie Yates. I'm trying to get Stan ready for out.
Why, where's he going?
To see that solicitor, the one who wants to see me.
You never.
Yeah.
Certainly.
You're not going to let him give himself up just like that, are you?
Well, he's done nothing, have you?
No, I told you.
So he's got nothing to be frightened of.
You must be joking. If a solicitor wants to see you, it's trouble. It doesn't matter whether you've done nothing or not. Look, say your ladder's up against a wall and it dislodges a brick and that brick falls on somebody's head.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know about it, would you? And if it fell on somebody's head, they'd blame you, wouldn't he?
Look, he's just going to see the solicitor to tell him to stop hounding him, that's all.
But he could be walking into a trap. He could be putting his head right in the noose. One little...
I'm not going.
Well, happen we'll leave it for a day or two.
That's better. The only solicitor you want to go near is your own. Get him on your side. Let him start preparing your defence.
Here, you haven't done something, have you? Something you're trying to hide from me?
I've done now. How many more times?
That's right, Stan, that's right. Deny everything. Then they've got to prove it, you see.
That was terrific, Elsie.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Sure you don't mind me calling you Elsie?
Why should I?
Dunno.
I mean, because you're a youngster and I'm older generation.
Yeah, something like that, I suppose.
I'd rather be called Elsie than Mrs. Turner. I hate the idea of people calling me Ma. Wouldn't like anybody giving me a lift with a shopping bag and saying, "Can I help you with that, Ma?"
I don't think you're in any danger.
Thanks. No, I like the idea of kids calling their parents by their first name, especially when they're older. It means they're, well, sort of friends as well as relations.
If I called my ma Christine, she'd batter me.
Come to think of it, Mac done the same thing to our Dennis.
Like your son, is it, Dennis? But my age, is he?
He's older.
What does he do?
Well, when last I heard, he was doing what he usually does, the best he can. We're a bit out of touch, I haven't heard from him for quite a while.
Elsie, it's been great, but I best get moving. I want to be back in Glasgow by tea time. How much do you owe you?
Oh, forget it.
Oh, come on, Elsie. You'll make me feel really guilty if I don't pay you.
Well, I don't know how much to charge you, do I?
Look, £5. Is that okay?
Well, isn't that a lot for bed and breakfast?
Not these days. You know what the Scots are like. I'm getting a bargain here.
OK, I'll take it. I'll have my hair done.
Of course, she has had lodgers before, Reenie. Gail and Susie.
Yes, but this is different. It's a fella.
Who is he?
Well, he's one of them lorry drivers from Cafe where you used to work.
Well, they do tend to be rather rough and ready, especially the older ones.
Oh, this is a young fella. Scottish, I think. Very nice.
Well, I will say this for Elsie. She's never been afraid to be unconventional.
You can say that again.
And it does take courage. I mean, you know what people are like round here.
I know. Tear your reputation into shreds.
Well, you two have got no room to talk when it comes to gossip.
We're not gossiping, Alf. We're merely discussing matters.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
You'd taken a notice of him, Emily. When I told him last night that Elsie had a fella in for bread and breakfast, his ears were flapping like mad.
I wasn't interested in the slightest.
Get away! You kept on talking about Americans.
I mentioned one American. Now, that is typical of round here. You give them a small molehill of fact and they make a blooming mountain out of it.
Oh, I think Elsie's probably glad to have some company. I know I feel the lack of it sometimes, especially when Deirdre's away at her mother's.
Oh, it's Tracy, you miss.
Yes, it is. I don't mind admitting it.
Aye, aye. You haven't seen Len, have you?
Oh, I wish we had. We want him to do a job for us.
Well, he's not at home. He's not in the yard. No idea where he is. Have you got any ideas, Alf?
Sorry, I haven't a clue.
Rita!
I suppose Sam told you where you could find me. Not that it'll make any difference.
I want to talk to you.
Then you're wasting your time. Go on.
Look, I've come a long way. At least let me talk to you.
There's no point. And there's no time. I'm working. I've only nipped out, get a sandwich.
You get a dinner hour, don't you? At least you can listen to me, can't you?
All right. I get a break about 12:30. I'll see you then. But you're wasting your time as well as mine. There's nothing to say. It's all been said.
Whose is this double egg bacon and chips?
Oh, that fella talking to the boss, auntie.
All right, there's a good lass.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Ken. Don't often see you in here.
Well, there's a first time for everything, Elsie.
Hey, we got a new class of customer, Ken Barlow.
Who's he then?
Oh, don't you know him?
No.
He works at the community centre. He's ever so nice, but I didn't expect to see him in here. I know for a fact he likes fancy food, you know, French recipes and all that.
Oh, yeah.
He's sort of your upper crust round here.
Well, our steak and kidney pie should suit him then. It's all upper crust as that.
Decisions.
Oh, wait until you see the wine list.
You haven't really got a wine list, have you?
No, not unless you count Dandelion and Burdock.
I do. I'm Jim Sedgwick.
Oh, hello, Ken Barlow.
Nice to meet you. Gail tells me that you're the galloping gourmet around here.
Oh, I think she's exaggerating a bit, but I like good food, yeah.
Well, we'll do as good a fry-up as you'll get anywhere. And if you want to put your chips inside your butter, we turn a blind eye.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it. It's the North contribution to haute cuisine, is the chip butty. Tell you what, Elsie, I'll have sausage and mash.
Hey, has this solicitor fella tracked you down, Stanley?
None of your business.
Oh, that's just where you're wrong. As a decent, honest, law-abiding citizen, it's my duty to uphold the law, especially for crimes being committed.
Stan's done nothing.
Oh, you don't need to lie to us, Stanley. A wife can't give evidence against her husband.
Look, give over, will you? I've got no to hide.
Well, if you've nothing to hide, what are you lying low for? I mean, why are you skulking about avoiding this solicitor chap?
Well, you know.
Well, no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking, love.
And it's a good question.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because solicitors are only trouble and bother for folks like us.
Especially when you've done nought.
Tell you what, though, Stanley, the solicitor fella, he might want to see you because you might be a vital witness.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll sketch a plot for you. Right. Now, you're outside, aren't you? You're up a ladder and you're cleaning windows, right?
Right.
Right. Now then, you're peering through these windows, OK? As you do, you know, especially if it's a bedroom or a bathroom.
Right.
Hey, just a minute, excuse me. My Stan doesn't do no peering in when he's cleaning bedroom and bathroom windows, do you, Chuck?
No, love, never.
All right, then we'll re-sketch the plot. You're up a ladder with your eyes closed, cleaning windows.
Oh, stop picking on him. You're always at it, you. Now, see, I'm going home to get the dinner ready. It'll be on the table in 20 minutes. In 25, it'll be on the fire.
Give us another pint, will you?
Right, let's get it over with.
Look, we can't talk here. How about going to a pub or something?
If you want to go to a pub, get in the van and go back to the Rovers. You'll be there before they close.
Rita, I haven't come here to have a row. I just want to talk to you. Listen to me, please.
All right, if I must.
Where should we go?
Doesn't matter. Anywhere. Just let's get it over and done with.
Smells good, that stew, Hilda.
I'm only cooking for two, you know.
Just said it smells good.
And the two I'm cooking for is me and Stan.
I'm not cadging, Hilda.
Oh, no. No, you come in here and you sit there with your nose quivering like a kid in a gravy advert, and I can feel the waves flowing towards me, willing me to put a big plate of grub in front of you.
I'm just sitting here, quietly keeping you company, that's all.
Yeah, well, you should be out working for Len Fair Club.
Yeah, well, I would be if I knew where he was. Can't find him anywhere.
Don't suppose you've looked too hard, have you? Was that the postman?
I'll get it. Hey, it's a letter for Stan.
Give it here.
What are you sniffing it for? Scent? You're hard and all, aren't you? You think it's from a woman. You know, you're dead jealous of your Stan. I can't think why.
None of your business. Oh, hey? It's from them solicitors, Luke. The name's on the back.
Rosenfield, Blackburn and Fox. Sounds like a variety act. You know, like Wilson, Keppel and Betty. You know, acrobats and jugglers. Mind you, that's solicitors, isn't it? That's what they are, acrobats and jugglers.
It's trouble, I can feel it.
Well, you better open it, hadn't you?
It's addressed to Stan.
Well, that's all right. Same firm, you and him.
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't do a thing like that. Open somebody else's letter. No, I'll just leave it there for him. You'll not be long. Oh, heck, I wonder what it is.
Go on, open it.
No, I won't. And go on, you clear off and find yourself some dinner. Go and look for your boss. Go on, be good exercise for you.
I'm only asking you to come back with me and start all over again.
Len.
But why not? Why not come back home with me now?
What's brought this on all of a sudden? We run out of clean shirts?
It's not all of a sudden. I've been looking for you all over the place. Everywhere I could think of.
What for? So you could belt me one again?
Oh, Rita, don't, please. I could have chopped my hand off as soon as I'd done that. Look, I'm sorry and it'll never happen again.
You're right. It won't. Because you won't get a chance.
What more can I say? Apart from the fact that I'm sorry and I want you to come back with me.
I'd already left you when you hit me, Len. That was just the icing on the cake.
I know you had reason. And I know I was in the wrong. But I can't believe this is the end. I can't believe this is the final thing between you and me.
This is a mistake, Len. I mean, it's just not helping. It's painful for both of us. We're just going over and over the same old ground.
Rita.
No, I don't want any of that. That doesn't solve anything. Doesn't change the way things are between us.
Oh, just in time, Chuck. I was just going to brew.
What's for dinner?
Stew. This come for you.
What's in it?
do I know? I wouldn't open your letters, would I?
We better open it then.
Well, that'd be best, yeah, if we want to read it.
I'll chuck it in the fire.
Give it here, you great twinnick. I have to do everything. Dear Mr. Ogden, we beg to inform you that you have been named as a beneficiary in the...
Blimey.
Beneficiary? Hey, that's something to do with, like, getting benefit, isn't it?
I reckon so, yeah.
Oh, well, it must be, Stan. I mean, they'd hardly write and tell you you'd been named as not been getting anything, would they?
Get on with it.
Yeah, where was I? In the will of the late Mrs. Dora Entwistle of 2 Chapel Yard, Weatherfield. If you will kindly call at this office, we shall be pleased to furnish you with further details. I can't read who signed it.
Blimey.
Hey, Stan, you're in a will. You've been left summit.
Hey, I better sit down. I feel funny. It's great, isn't it?
It doesn't make sense to me, you and me breaking up like this. I know I'm in the wrong. Can't we just forget what's happened and start all over again?
It's not that easy, Len.
I'll tell you what, I'll do the house up for you. I'll modernise it. I'll give you a nice kitchen. We'll have central heating laid on.
Oh, Len.
Well, what about going away together? How about a nice holiday, just the 2 of us in the sun?
Why don't you just shove money in my handbag?
Eh?
You can't buy people's feelings like that.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to get you back to me. Look, you want these things. I'm offering them to you.
Len, you don't understand, do you? I wouldn't care if we'd nothing, if we lived in a rotten old air raid shelter, as long as the other thing between us was right. The things you're going on about. Oh, I know, I went on about them and all. A nice house, bit of comfort. They weren't the things that were really lacking between us. What I really wanted was you to care a bit about what I wanted. To care about me.
What are you trying to make me do? Crawl? Jump through hoops? Is that what you want?
No, it isn't.
Because I can't do it, you know. I don't know, call it pride, call it whatever the hell you like, but I can't do that. You should know me by now.
We're not the same people, then.
Now, what the hell's that supposed to mean?
Things have happened. You can't pretend they haven't.
We're the same 2 people that got married, you know.
You might think you are. I know I'm not the same. I want to see some sort of future, Len, and I just can't see one for us anymore.
Is it another fella?
No.
I think I'm entitled to know, you know, if there is.
No, I've told you, there isn't.
You talk about a future. What kind of a future is there for you here? Living in digs with your uncle, working at some flipping laundrette. Is that the kind of a future you're looking forward to? Is that it?
No, it isn't. But it's better than it was with you, Len, and that's a fact.
Who is she, this Mrs. Entwistle? And what is she to you?
I don't know, Chuck.
Well, you must know if you're in her will. Hey, is she a relation? What was the name of that chap your Auntie Clara married?
Hey, you're going back a bit now, aren't you?
Now, that was somewhat like Entwistle, weren't it? Oh, I nearly had it then. No. No, hang on. No, that were Detmold. That's it, Detmold. I knew it was somewhat like Entwistle, though.
Aye, it's only me. Hey, I thought you'd be on the after-dinner mince by now.
We haven't Stardust dinner. Have a look at that.
Oh, trust you to go telling your business to all and sundry.
Well, he's a mate, isn't he? He might know what very fishy thing means.
It only means you've copped, Stan.
Well, we know that, thank you very much. We didn't come up on the last trap.
She must have been very fond of you, this Mrs. Entwistle. Who is she, then?
That's what I'd like to know.
What address do they say?
2 Chapel Yard, Weatherfield. Old flame, is she?
It's one of your fancy women, isn't it?
Is she Eckers like?
If it is, will Hilda let you keep the money?
Chapel Walk. I used to do old ladies' windows there about 2 or 3 times, you know. Her name might have been Entwistle. I didn't bother about names, it was just windows, you know.
Oh, well, that's different.
But if you don't want the money...
No, I didn't say that, Chuck. No, you're too quick to think I'm getting at you. I mean, if I do go on at you now and again, it's only because I think a lot about you.
If you want to win a medal for lifesaving, Fred, get us a gin and tonic quick, will you?
Medicinal purposes, is it?
Oh, I'll say. Been slaving over hot chip pan all day. I wish I had as many shillings.
Honourable job, you know, filling folks' bellies. Pulling pints the same, you know. We can both hold our heads up.
I'd rather get mine down at the moment.
You're doing too much, love. I understand now you're doing bed and breakfast.
Oh, news travels fast, doesn't it?
Well, it gets helped on its way. Any road. How are you fixed?
What for?
Well, bed and breakfast at your spot. And if it'll sway you, I'll elbow the breakfast.
You stick to the bed you've got, Fred.
Mrs. Walker might be chucking me out. Love, bear me in mind.
Hello, Emily. You're a stranger in it. We don't see you in here often.
I was just laying the table for lunch for one, and I thought, I must have a change. It's so dismal cooking for one.
Don't I know it, love?
So I thought I'd have one of your ham sandwiches and a glass of shandy,
OK,
please.
lovely.
Hello.
Ah, back again, Stanley.
You'll want to make an apology to my Stan when you hear what he's got to tell you.
Apologise for what?
All them nasty insinuations you was making about solicitors being after him.
That's right.
And you know, Betty Turpin. It so happens the solicitors have been in touch with us with some very good news. Somebody's died, you see.
Is that good news, Hilda?
It's not very good for the folks that's died.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Any road, we all have to go sometime, don't we? And the thing is, Stan's been remembered in the will.
Fancy that. Was it a relative, Stan?
No, not quite, no.
Well, was it a friend then?
Not exactly, no.
Well, if it weren't a relative and it weren't a friend, I mean, who the flipping heck was it?
One of his grateful clients, if you must know.
Clients?
The window cleaning round. I used to clean her windows.
Oh, a lady friend, was it? You were helping her out, like?
Ignore him, Stanley. Small minds have small thoughts. It just goes to prove that some folk appreciate a proper job doing.
Stan, this lady who may or may not be out of her mind, how much did she leave you?
Dunno. We'll know tomorrow.
Not that we're all that bothered. I mean, we've never been money mad, us. In any case, I don't suppose it'll be very much, not from somebody round here.
Oh, you're very wise, Hilda. Not to raise your hopes too high.
Although, mind you, people in these little houses do die leaving fortunes, don't they? You read about it in the papers. I mean, they live like paupers, and all the time they've got thousands in stocks and shares.
When you've all done, I've come in for a pint.
Well, as soon as you're in the money, Stanley, you'll be buying the drinks all round, eh?
Yeah, mine's a gin and tonic.
Not on my Stan, it's not. And no, he will not be buying the drinks all round. It's always the way, Chuck. When you've got money to come, you get a lot of hangers on. Well, seeing as we've a lot to celebrate, I'll have a port and lemon.
You're not going back to that place, are you?
It's my job, Len. How I keep myself.
Well, I'm damned if I'm driving you.
Right. Now walk back.
Rita! You're still my wife, you know. I love you. I need you.
Why couldn't you just tell me that before?
I'm telling you now. It'll be all right, I promise.
It's too late, Len. It's over.
And Corey's back tomorrow for more action on and off the street. Love is all around now, and plus, it's Blind Date.